on? Thingus. Hello. Are we on? Is this... Tap, tap. How we sounding? How we looking? Sounding computery. All right, well... Could be. What is... Sounds like you're not coming through at all, Joe. Where's Joe? Yeah, we need Joe. Joe is go. Can we hear that good, like...
Can you hear me?
Hard cock sounding MIDI. Is that coming through?
Am I coming
like,
through?
This...
That should do it.
Hello, Nulani. Thanks for subscribing. Joe's coming through now. Hooray.
Cool.
No game. No game audio.
All right. So you said an application audio capture could maybe work.
Application. You could do it on DOSBox too.
Let's see how
try.
that's
And then you can just
it on DOSBox.
then you can just get rid of desktop.
I can see
right?
the green line dancing. I can do what now?
You could get rid of desktop then, or do you still need it for you still need it for
I would really prefer if you would be quiet.
Okay, that comes
all
through
right,
my
now everything
microphone.
sounds good.
So, you know, like
Everything apparently sounds it's all good now. You're good. You guys hearing the soundboard too?
Yeah, I think so. I can't really find it in the in OBS, but
everyone sounds happy in the chat. They're having a ball.
Let's full screen this game so we can see what's going on here. Also,
let's play some fucking Warcraft 2.
I was playing this for hours yesterday. After trying to get at work, I finally got at work, and I was playing this for like 2 hours.
You're like, wait a minute, fun.
Wait, fun? Well, yeah, no, because I actually never really played this game. I played StarCraft a lot and Warcraft 3 a lot, but this game I only vaguely remember.
Okay, so how is it
It's still very
different?
nostalgic.
Yeah. I remember the games being similar, that, you know, StarCraft was just like on the moon or whatever.
Yeah, it's in space, and instead of orcs, there's aliens.
Yes. Zergs. No, wait. Zergs are in this game?
Zerg is StarCraft, but you know, I'm looking at this right now, and I'm seeing like there is some very similar like design, like not just the game engine, which is the same, but also like even the buildings look like they were drawn by the same people. The only difference is in StarCraft, the buildings are like made of organs, and they're breathing and pulsating and hairy and like postulating.
But I mean, StarCraft is a little bit of an asset swap, isn't it?
I mean, I would just say it's a sequel. You know, it's like the third Warcraft game.
Right. So it's like man was victorious over the orcs, and then they advanced technology enough to go to space. Is that the idea?
I don't know, because like the Terran are a little different looking from the humans in this game. They look kind of like more like cavemen in this, but I think it's also because like the art style's a little more cartoony, so their heads might look a little bit bigger. There are also more elves and dwarves on the human side, so like the humans in StarCraft are like just straight up like Americans. They're like, yeah, about damn time, and like they have like a big cigar, and they have like the Confederate flag.
Where's Blizzard from? I mean, that's an American company.
Yeah, where are they from? California? I don't know.
Yeah, just like, you know, thinking about like all of the regional types of commentary on American culture.
Yeah.
We're about to get another Rockstar game, the British and their opinions about Americans.
Well,
and Blizzard. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say Blizzard is American a little bit. They have a studio in New York where they film all of the animations and stuff. You know, they didn't want to hire me, but they did hire somebody from my school, from my class.
New York and California, though, that doesn't sound very culturally American to me.
Well, I think, yeah, it is like a game that is developed in London, right? And that's where it came from originally. But yeah, like I feel like that particular like original GTA sense of humor has probably, you know, expanded a little because there's like 7 different Rockstar studios around the world now. It's a little bit different from when it was first made.
Mm-hmm.
And like they're still using the same.
What are they making now, other than I don't know, settlement payments to women they've abused? What are they making?
Like Red Dead Redemption.
Okay.
Oh wait, are you talking about Blizzard or Rockstar? Because Rockstar is not the one
Blizzard.
that needs to.
Yeah,
Blizzard made like Overwatch, but that's nothing. You know, I understand that Overwatch is really well liked, but like Overwatch is not an original game. It's just like Blizzard saying like, hey, we could do that better, and they did. It's like, you know, basically a successor to Team Fortress 2, but it's
gotcha.
You know, with like all these like totally cool heroes that you can dress up as if you want.
Yeah, when I think Blizzard, I specifically think of a Viking fighting a beast. Like, they do big muscly creatures in bloody combat with each other.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of strategy, a little top-down strategy.
Yeah, like the Lost Vikings. It's like 3 guys that all do different things that you have to switch to the one of the 3 of them to solve puzzles. And this is actually a little like that because it's about commanding guys who all have different like qualities. You know, these are the strong guys and these are the guys who can lug gold and trees and stuff. And like, you know, I need to build a barrack so I can make more grunts and then, you know, kill.
And then kill. Yeah, you haven't even seen the enemy yet. This is the part of the game before I turn it off and run screaming from the computer.
Well, yeah, like...
No, by the time...
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, by the time this game came out, I wasn't scared anymore.
Was this scary?
I was brave. No, but just like, you know, castles.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
when the enemy starts attacking in castles, I would hand it over to our older brother and run away. I feel like this game gives you ample time to play in the woods and build up your stronghold before you actually have to meet the enemy.
Yeah, it's all about the like strategizing and how well you can manage your time, and like, you know, everybody's got the same resources, so it's not even about like anybody getting luckier than you. It's always like you had the same time that you could have spent doing other things. And like, you know, sometimes I think I could be spending my time doing better, but then like I end up winning anyway because I ended up being that way, just like slightly more than the opponent. It's like if you you know, if you fight against like, I don't know, you and me versus Artie. I remember the first time I played StarCraft, you held nothing back. You did not hesitate to Zerg rush me on the first time I played.
We didn't hold your hand while you learned.
No, and like you have to like kind of like play a ton of times before you know what everything is, what every unit does. And then you have to play as all 3 races, even if you're just playing as one, because you have to learn all 3 and see what they all can do.
Right. Is it... Nulani says it's about how quick you click? I mean, I guess so, right?
It's like...
The faster you go, the...
They have like a term for it, like actions per minute.
Yeah, I mean, you really just got to make a lot of grunts, right? Like, you got to keep managing your grunts.
Well, you can make a million grunts and still lose if they have like something that'll take them all out easily. Like, if you know, like if I send all my grunts over there, and they have like axe throwers or like the guys that shoot you with bow and arrows, like.
No.
Well, you know, he was no match for a bunch of grunts, but this is level 1.
They're closer than I thought. I thought you were
this
gonna
is a very small
really
map.
walk through the woods.
This is one.
Oh, I forgot that they decompose.
Yeah, that's cool. Everything is so
this
cool
is the kind of
and
stuff,
for boys.
This game is so for boys, but I did really enjoy playing it. Like,
hey, that peon's
you know,
fighting.
Yeah, this, like, our brother didn't have to convince me very hard to play this game. I was into it, and I don't know why. Maybe because I liked Populous. Populous prepared me for this.
That's cool. Yeah, like a game where you can be God.
Yeah. And I liked how, like, walking through the map. Oh man, these sound effects are so nostalgic to me now. I liked how, you know, walking through the map reveals more of it. I liked the progress meters, you know, like, it's satisfying to watch these things get done. But, like, this game was the first game, and, you know, between this and StarCraft, the only games, really, that I played on a LAN, like, as a LAN party.
Yeah.
We had, like, my bedroom and Artie's bedroom, and, like, sometimes one of his friends would come over with a computer, and we would all play on LAN together, and that is, like, my entire... Like, I wasn't old enough to be playing on LAN with, like... I mean, I don't think I ever would have been old enough, because, like, playing on a LAN party was, like... You know, like, you basically had to be somebody's girlfriend to, like... which later I was.
Our spies report that a band of human soldiers have captured
I dated somebody who had, like, a LAN room in his house with his, like, lived with his friends, and they all had computers in one room of the house.
Oh man.
And they all came, a bunch of guys came over, and they all played on LAN.
Dorcas Paradise.
Yeah, Dorcas Paradise. It was like, you know, when you, like, in place of other nice things that you might have in a house, you have that. It was one of those, like, apartments that on the bottom floor there's a garage, and, like, most of the apartment is upstairs, but, like, the entry room where you would come in the door was just filled with, like, 5 computers.
Man.
There are a lot of people who are nostalgic for that now. But I mean, I guess I am too. I'm remembering it. I'm reminiscing about it on the stream.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you know, like, I feel like it's sort of a limited nostalgia. I mean, I guess all nostalgia is sort of limited, where you have, like, this one thing that was nice about it, and you just, like, deliberately forget about everything else. And just remember the thing that you liked, or maybe you even make up the thing that you liked.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think it's always so cool to have a LAN party going in places where you shouldn't, like a library or like the computer lab at school. It's like that was so fucking fun when it was the last day of school, and my teacher was pretty cool about me putting StarCraft and all the StarCraft spawns on all the computers in the lab so we could get a big LAN party going. And
Wow.
I saw people doing that at my college a few years later with Halo. And that was fun. Just like seeing people playing Halo on the last week of school.
Oh man, college networks. I do miss, like, I'm definitely nostalgic for college networks. I didn't play LAN parties on my networks, but my shit in college was I don't know if you remember like iTunes, when everybody used iTunes for their MP3 collection.
I forgot about that.
And if you were all on the same network, you could see other people's music and you could stream it. And then, you know, obviously there were programs where you could just take it.
Yeah.
So I just got thousands of songs that way. I just like went all over the network and I was like, what's this? And just like downloaded every album I saw and got so much music that way. And like got into so much music that way. It always drove me nuts when there was like a little black part of the forest that you couldn't unlock.
Yeah, there's like a one like dot of black part.
Yeah.
It's like the fog of war.
No. Yeah, there's like a guy in there. Are these procedurally generated?
No, these are the same every time.
They're
You mean the map?
designed maps. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's procedurally generated maps because like there is like a rhyme and reason to the design of them. Although I guess you could do that with procedurally generated too.
Right, but could you do it in like the early 90s?
Maybe, I don't know. Was
this
Populous
game?
randomly generated? Did you say
I don't
what year this
know.
was? I think it
Yeah.
was 1992.
I don't know if Populous was randomly generated. There might just have been a few maps that you could, you know, you just get one of those maps. Forgot they disappeared into the buildings in this one when they're building instead of standing outside. A cop out. Yeah, they didn't do the animation for that. Oh, these guys. Every step of this is like I'm meeting my old friends.
Yeah, these guys with mohawks. There's like a lot of guys with mohawks in old fiction. This is the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like that means it's a tough guy.
Yeah.
Now a mohawk is like some guy at MagFest.
Guy who lives at MagFest.
Yeah. He just like, you know, he hops out of bed, which his bed is the carpet in the hallway. And he changes into his kilt for the day. His kilt that says Wednesday on it. And he goes into the bathroom at MagFest and straightens out his mohawk. And then he gets to work high-fiving people all day.
Like
You're
how he
not
says-
really being attacked.
Yeah, I like how he says we're being attacked while attacking. Oh, we're being attacked. I'm the real
These guys are
victim.
Yeah, these guys are cry bullies. They're shooting and crying.
We're being attacked. It's green genocide.
Current day. Current events.
Bird gay. Gay purry.
Current gay. If Elon Musk heard you say that, I think he'd kill himself. I think we should amplify that message just a little bit. Put it to work. Yeah, that's one of those, like...
What were you gonna say?
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna change the topic.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
There's
What
a little
to
bit of
say?
a delay, so we're tripping over each other a bit. I was gonna say, when Hitler invaded Paris, he was like, let's leave the art. Let's not destroy the art. Well, you know, most of it's still there, right? Ain't it?
That's true. I thought that was an accident. Let's leave the art. Well, but didn't he find a lot of art to be unclean?
Well, that's true, but like, I mean, like the classical stuff, like the Louvre.
The Christ. Yeah, they left the Louvre. That's true. Some ugly pig-faced Nazi didn't piss all over the Mona Lisa. Oh, right, the sheep. Can you click on a sheep? So this would have been shortly after Babe.
Yep.
No! Oh.
Or pigs.
Or Piggus.
Give me more Piggus. Get out of the way! Oh, do you hear the voice? That's Chris Metzen, the artist.
Ah.
He voices
cool.
a ton of these characters. I recognize him. I'm not totally sure that's him. I just recognize the voice. It's like he also does the battle cruiser in StarCraft and the Marine, the guy that, like, you know, you hear the most. It's like, want a piece of me, boy?
I think it's pretty baller to put your own voice in your game.
Well, I
Personally.
think that they just didn't have anyone else. At the time, it was a little different. It wasn't as, like nowadays, it's like Seth MacFarlane is like, does all the voices in Family Guy. But like, at the time, when he just had like a crappy pilot, him doing the voices was because, like, it's just cheap. It's just
who was
like,
available.
Yeah, you were available.
Right. But now it's like, this is the person who knows what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of cool.
There were no...
He like became like a popular character, or like a well-known enough voice. It's like something you hear a million times.
Fanny. So freaking funny, well, yeah, I mean, there were no like professional video game voice actors. That's like quite recent.
You know what would be funny if I did the voice? I could do the voice. That's like Howard when he's talking to John Kay. He's like, hey, can I ask you something? I could do these stupid voices. Why do you even need Billy?
Sorry,
he's
one second, I'll be right back.
Hey, it's me. And he does like a terrible like red voice. Took some futzing to get this game going. We spent like all last week trying to get it to work, and like we spent like 2 hours before the show trying to get this game working, and didn't work. But here we are. It's working. Thank you, Fred.
Oh, Fred,
thank you, AI. I was like Fred. You know how we were trying to get the fucking CD to mount forever? Fred found it in 2 seconds. I was like, how'd you find that? He said it's the first result and it's AI generated. It's like, okay, I guess it's pretty well known to everyone but us then.
It's a secret to no one. Sorry, I spilled wine. That's why I left.
Nice.
very French streamer thing to do.
Oh, no use
spilled
crying
my
over
wine.
spilled wine.
No, I'm not crying. I'm not mad or crying.
You don't cry and you don't smile.
No. Yes, Rizu, Joe is using DOSBox for this.
So look at this, just like one dot of dark that appears and disappears for
No.
some reason.
Couldn't fix that, huh? With all your money?
It's, you know, early stuff, I guess, that like you can see just like a massive jump in like art and like computer capabilities in the next game, StarCraft. Like it's very similar to this, but like runs so much faster. It goes from like DOS to
Right.
Windows 98.
Right, it makes this look quaint.
Yeah,
Hi,
but it is
hi,
actually
James.
very
Welcome to the
fun
chat.
in the same way and plays very similarly.
Yeah, I do remember them playing very similarly. Oh, you say dual names. You say that you've replayed Parasite Eve because we did. Good ass game.
Your command.
Really fun.
Lord Duke.
I'd like to finish it. I finished disc 1 and then I had some disc mounting problems too, and I got mad and I stopped playing.
We gotta just like get some disk drives or something. Might be worth it for
know.
the show.
Might be. Yeah, I'll get a freaking disc drive.
Lord Duke. Dabu.
You also had a disc mounting issue. Yeah. Not so easy.
Swug zug zug. Huh?
It was cool that this ran on DOS. It's like a lot of shit going on in this game.
Well, yeah, I just kind of assumed that, like, DOS couldn't run things at high resolution like this. Like, this looks better than most of the things that I run on. Like, I imagine everything being, like, you know, 640 by 480 on DOS.
Yeah,
Is that what this is?
probably, yeah.
But
But
it
like,
just looks so tight.
well, the game's even smaller because it's in this border.
It's true. This game, I mean, you know, everything I guess is like this for like, in hindsight, the game's kind of small,
Well,
but it seemed
StarCraft is a
really
bit bigger.
bursting.
The original StarCraft was like this. It used this engine, and they ended up scrapping it. They never released that StarCraft, but it looked kind of like this.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to, you know, see if there's any like images of that I could show off. I'd also like to play some StarCraft. How about I switch to that for now?
Yeah, let's do it. We're talking about it.
Yeah.
Rizu says that for the
They-
PS1 emulator they use, you can make a bin file with all the discs for multi-disc games. Mednafen, it's called. Mednafen. You know, I'm up for the challenge. We've been doing some fuckery lately to make these games work, and
Yeah.
it's fun to mess with. Oh, that's what we look like. And that's what we look like. And that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
man. I haven't seen this shit in so long. Oh, man. This looks so sick.
Yeah. This is like 10 times bigger in pixels or something. Look how like I don't know, it's like the future now. There was like, I don't know, like 6 years between these games or something.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, the game itself doesn't look super different.
It's not.
yeah,
It's really just a sequel, but it's one of the best games. I love this fucking game so much.
Oh, yeah. It moves a lot more smoothly. It looks like there's more animation here.
Yeah, there's also way more shit you can do. Like you can easily select units if you hold down control and click one of them. You can click all of them.
Ah,
then you can,
right. They took
Yeah.
they took the player experience of the first game and they added all this like quality of life to it.
Yeah, now you can
Oh yeah, I
group
remember the guy's
players.
voice now.
Are you-
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, this music is so good. And yeah, we're on a, I don't know, some other planet, and we have to fight against aliens called the Zerg, and they're like, it's like an
Zerg.
alien race of Heidi's. They're like little creatures, little
Ah.
critters. Yeah, they go, ha! There's one.
Ah.
He's cute.
Oh, it's cute. No. No, we're not in the same room tonight. Usually we are streaming in the same room, but Joe's at home and I'm traveling right now. That's why we're doing the stream earlier, because it's almost 10 p.m. where I am. So
Hmm.
yes, I'm in France. That's right. You can see the very French backdrop behind me, perhaps. Looking French as fuck. That's also as evidenced by the wine that I'm drinking.
Yeah, you can see the
Yes, I'm
French.
back. See all
There's
the
also
French?
a delay, so I guess it's because like there's a physical difference that the signal needs to travel.
Yeah, I mean the delay, considering we're streaming from two different countries, I suppose it's to be expected. Yeah, yes, I'm back. We have family here. I'm back often. I've been visiting my aunt here since I was in college, and I love this city quite a bit.
Well, I don't really like going on flights like that, to be honest.
Yeah, I understand. I really don't like it either. I hate. Are you afraid of the plane crashing?
I just hate being in the air. Like, well, I guess I'm afraid of takeoff. I'm afraid of like when it's making noise. It's really just like I hate being up there. Like you can't get out of there or something. Like
Oh yeah.
last time
you're
I
very
went,
trapped.
I took a Dramamine and I was just drowsy the whole trip without being able to sleep properly. It was awful.
Oh
like,
yeah. Drum.
feel like
You would
I'm
think that's a good
falling.
idea. Yeah, like you get very dizzy from like. I mean, that could help with nausea, but like, yeah, Dramamine doesn't make it any easier to sleep usually.
Yeah.
No, I mean I hate flying. Like when I went last time I went with Oscar, we had a very turbulent takeoff, and he's not afraid at all. He has not
That's
developed the
cool.
fear, and he was just like he just said this because he read it somewhere. He's like whoa, this is bumpy. It feels like we're about to nosedive, and I was so nervous. I was like, please don't say that. And he's like, what? What did I say? Looks like we're about to nosedive, and I'm like, please don't say the word nosedive. And he just, why shouldn't I say nosedive? And I was just getting like more and more stressed out because he kept saying it.
Yeah, oh man, yeah. That's funny as hell.
Scares the ever living shit out of me. And
You think
I've
we
like
could
years ago,
nosedive? Jesus,
yeah,
like
nosedive.
like, oh yeah, I think
No.
we're about to go into a tailspin.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like he doesn't know. He doesn't know that what I'm thinking is like I brought him here. I brought him on this plane on purpose. Like he doesn't need to live with that. He's not even responsible for himself. And yeah, no, it doesn't sound good, right? No, I know it's so scary. It's so scary to fly. I hate flying. And I only do it because it's the only way to get here.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get on an old steamship, I guess, but it'll take you weeks.
Still haven't developed teleporting or like sending you over the internet like in Rocky and Bullwinkle the movie. I don't remember anything else about that movie. Oh, whoops.
But you loved that, like
Yeah, I loved
going
that.
like going through the internet.
Sending yourself through the internet. I love that. I mean, there was.
Care if?
Hmm?
Do you care if it means you die and then another version of you is formed?
I guess that bothers me, but like, what if the scientists explain to you that every second you die and like it feels the same as just like going from 1 second to the next?
But I mean, you don't die every second, right? Like
No.
your whole body recycles its content every 7 years, right?
Well, it's like the atoms of your body are in one state, and then the next nanosecond they're in another state. So like, if you could just like copy the state, and then the next incarnation of you is the next state, like where the other would have been, the natural next state for it to be, or something, then what's the difference between the, what's the difference how your molecules got there? Like you were demolecularized or something. So like
I'll give you my answer, because there's going to be like 1 nanosecond where you're like when you die.
Yeah, I do think you might be right. Like the you that is you right now will be the one that dies, right? That's what you're thinking.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
the other you will just be some bitch.
Yeah, some bitch who didn't have to travel. Lazy bitch. Couldn't get on an airplane.
But yeah, like you feel like you couldn't possibly you don't, I don't know, like the difference between future you and this alternate you that lives your life. I mean, like, the current you is going to disappear either way. You may look back and think like, man, it's crazy how much I've changed. Not knowing at the time that you'd become like this.
Right. But you're just accelerating your disappearance.
You don't know your future you, so you also don't know this like alternate you that's like some fuck who took your life from you.
Fuck who took my life? Who replaced me? No, I mean, the thing is, like, if this technology happened in my lifetime, there would be quite a few people like me who just, I mean, look, maybe we would end up trying it, but we would really ideologically reject it in a way that young people wouldn't.
Yeah.
Young people would die 50 times a day. They don't care.
Yeah, like,
but like,
I don't know, teleporting would make everything so different. Like if you die and you don't care and you do it just so you can save some time, it's like you're sacrificing who you are for a little bit of convenience.
Yeah, you're sacrificing who you are, and like every once in a while somebody would accidentally die permanently, right? But it would be
Probably
less than car accidents and less than plane crashes. So we would accept it as a statistical necessity, right?
Well, we already do that with cars and planes and
exactly.
motorcycles.
But they might be able to back you up. So you would get you like an hour earlier.
An old version of you that's just like, what's going on? And like someone explains that you died.
Unfortunately, you died.
But I'm okay now. Okay. And you just like go to fucking 7-Eleven. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, you just fucking accept it. Everyone's okay with this. Oh yeah, no, and there would be a word for it. There would be a word for you died and they rewound you. And people would have a number of times that has happened to them.
There'd be a word for like someone who just like doesn't care about death anymore because of how easy it is to rewind you.
Yes. And there would be people who claim to have felt what it was like to be dead for a while. But, you know, it would be impossible.
Well, I think one day we'll probably just like bring everybody back to life, or like, you know, we'll try. Some people won't want to.
I mean,
I feel like if we could do that, some living people would want to die so they could come back at a different time.
oh yeah, they would die so that they could basically time travel.
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, like, again, like, is it painless to die? Or does it hurt for like a fraction of a second? Does it feel like death for a tiny bit of time?
I don't know. I think you French know about the little death more than we do.
Yeah, I'll get back to you in a minute about that. In Dave Gilbert's new game, Old Skies, you can die and you can die and you're like a professional time traveler. So your guy who's like monitoring you will rewind your life if you die.
Yeah.
And every time you die and he rewinds you, you're doubled over in nausea for a minute.
Yeah.
And you remember dying. But like your client, who you're like the rich person that you're like time traveling with, doesn't remember dying at all. So you have to explain to them that they died. And sometimes because they don't know that they died and you do, they just barrel back into the same situation immediately. But essential to the idea of it is that you experience the pain of death and you already know what that's like and you're actually kind of bored with it, but it's still horrible.
Yeah. I found that a lot of video games explore ideas of death and reincarnation because of the you know mechanics of a game. You can like start a level if you die, you start a level over if you die. You know, in Dark Souls, when you die, you become undead, and you know you died and now you're undead. But like if you die again when you're undead, you just become more disgusting looking every time you die until you're just like horrifying. And like,
is that anything like being tarnished, or is that something else?
Oh well, yeah, that's Elden Ring. I think that's probably just the same thing in Elden Ring. Like it's kind of like how this game is kind of the same as Warcraft.
Gotcha. That's fun to have your own idea of what it's like after you die.
Yeah.
I need to do that myself.
Well, yeah, like it is interesting to think about still like having this choice to make when you die. Like maybe you could choose to come back, you know, continue, you continue. And like if you are outside of your own life, maybe there's this idea that you could live a different life, you know, play a different game.
Right. It's just so fun. Like the power fantasy is that you could live outside of your own life.
Yeah.
Outside of your own lifespan. I love this. I love the animal skeleton there. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's cool.
They do look like Heidi. They're just like these little running, jumping beasts.
The tan ones especially.
Yeah, they're cute. Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Zerg are right to take over the universe. They're, you know, they're basically just like monsters. But like, do you want humans taking over the universe or like these guys?
No. Well, are they not native to this planet?
I think the story is that the Protoss created the Zerg, and the Protoss were themselves created by another race that no longer exists. So like they were given it's like the Triforce in Zelda, where they're all given a part of this great power, and the Zerg have like this essence. It's like they have an essence. I forget what it's called again, but like they all inherit the universe from this extinct race or something. I don't know. I feel like the story is more interesting if you make up some of it in your mind. Like I don't really like the stuff they came up with for like StarCraft 2. I kind of ignored all of it. I kind of hate that when they release a sequel, then all the lore gets mixed in on the fandom pages and the wikis and shit. It's like, I wish that stuff was separated.
Well, yeah, because like it does not. You're like you say, it doesn't account for what you think in your mind.
No,
which is quite a bit.
I think that matters a lot more. Like, you know, like you have like the Zerg, which are kind of supposed to be mysterious. It's like, where'd they come from? We sort of know the answer. You know, that I don't think I can tell you the exact history, nor do I want to find it out.
Nor do you want to.
I do find them fascinating, and the mystery aspect, like keeping it a little bit mysterious, is probably better.
Well, yeah, I feel like, you know, you've always said like, you know, the whole concept of like Toy Story, like you cannot examine it at all, and it just falls apart the second you start to examine it. And like the urge to examine things more closely like that is just like, I feel like that's just like a product of like, you know, the fact that all of this stuff is considered content, and when you're done consuming it, you need to like produce more content by thinking about it more and like making it more real. And that's just like not the point at all, and that's not what was intriguing about it to begin with. And
you're right.
You know, like the whole idea is that it would be fun to imagine this for a while, and then when you get to that point, it's not fun to imagine it anymore.
I
mean, it is hilarious that, like, you know, the same kind of like American astronaut personality is fighting these guys on some other planet.
I love that in the cutscenes they all talk like it, you know, they talk like it's the 20th century. That's what you want. You want that like 20th century idea of things, and you know, this 20th century art is so beautiful. I mean, it was barely, it was 98, I think, or maybe 2000 even.
But yeah, you want them all to talk like Buzz Aldrin. We're still in like moon landing mode with these guys. Cyberpunk inherently as a genre deals with the idea of death in the soul, right? That you plug into some other existence and abandon your form, and then there is like the blurred line between where you're alive and like what reality is. That makes sense. It'd be fun to do cyberpunk as a genre. I feel like that would be a fun genre to create within.
Yeah, I mean, I always found this shit super cool. When I was a kid, I would draw these characters and structures and whatever in my notebooks. It's like, sometimes you just think like, I don't know, like there could be life out there in the universe. I mean, that's not exactly cyberpunk. This is more sci-fi.
No. Yeah.
But you know, there's elements of it. This like SCV guy is like connected into this machine. He's like inside of it.
And like this character, is this a person or no?
Oh yeah, that's probably an android. That's probably a human that's connected to a machine.
This came around the same time as The Matrix, right?
Yes, it probably came out like the same year.
We're We're all thinking about
We're
this.
thinking about things like the way that
Yeah.
computers are becoming more and more and more part of our lives. We're becoming dependent on them, and oops, the world is ending actually because computers. It's all lots of things people thinking about at the time.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, the predecessor to all of this would have been like Tron, right? And oop,
Minimizing it.
whoop.
I don't know how I did that. Yeah, that's true. Tron is the, probably the first cyberpunk movie, right? I mean, it's
Well,
one of the first
it
3D
was made.
animated, uh, 3D animated movie. It had some of the first in a movie, some 3D. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Oh yeah, and then it also takes place through the the logic of the video game world, right?
I think it builds off
Gabby
of the
says,
fear of what if computer mad at me? Like, I love that episode of Dexter's Lab that parodied Tron where he plays a video game that takes over his lab. Like, oh shit, here.
people
I have
saying
to
my
fix
mic is
this.
crackly sounding.
I have to
Do you
fix
know anything
my,
about that?
I think we knew about this.
Okay. All right. We're trying to fix it.
We're not.
Um,
No, I
I'll
said at
just
the
keep
beginning
talking.
that Meredith's mic has a little distortion, and we're not going to do anything about it.
Oh, okay. So it's not new. It's been crackly.
I mean,
I
I don't
can.
hear crackling. I think that's just the sound effect from the game.
Yeah, there is a crackling going on in the game. Might be the device or the cable. I mean, I can unplug my mic and plug it back in again. Do we think
It
that'll
sounds
create
fine
any
to me.
trouble? Sounds fine. It just started. It became crackly now, and it wasn't before.
Is it crackly? The game's minimized.
Is it crackly?
I don't hear anything.
Crackly? What hear you? Still crackly. Crackles when I speak. Is it really bad?
Like how
Only for
bad?
me.
Alright, I guess I'll listen to it.
I'm on a very lousy connection. It could have something to do with that. Whenever I speak. So like when I speak, I create a crackly sound. Is that it? Oh yeah, you hear it?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear it.
Hmm.
Just
I will
get rid
unplug.
of
I'll
Meredith.
unplug.
I fix! I unplug! I fix how you like me now!
I unplugged.
Yeah, I hear it
Same
still.
thing. I could change my audio source. Try to do it through the camera instead.
Alright.
Let's give that one a try. Input device. How about this? Can you hear me?
I mean, it sounds really bad.
It sounds bad.
It's still crackling.
Still crackling. Still has that curvy crackle to it. Am I back?
Back to crack.
Back to crack. Yeah. Bad.
Yeah, do you want to like call me back on different app or something?
I mean, I can disconnect from the chat and try and come back.
Yeah, just come back.
I'll try. Bye. Hi.
Hello.
I guess we'll see, huh?
I don't hear it.
I don't hear it. Better?
Good?
Better.
Maybe it's because I had my camera
Good.
on. It wasn't even working.
Oh.
Well, all right. Yeah, I guess just tell us again if it happens again. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. The chat's so happy. They're partying. But yeah, I was actually reading about this recently that that Tron was like, this movie that kind of it kind of it kind of confronted head on the anxiety that we were feeling as a culture because of the encroachment of computers, and just wondering if we could make it out alive from what computers were doing to change the world. And Tron presents. I've never seen this movie. I was just reading about it.
You've never
Tron
seen it? Oh,
presents
okay.
the idea. No, we should watch it and then talk about it on the stream. But Tron presents the idea that like a uh, a smart, rebellious young man is going to come and take his place as the enterprising future of America, the success of the future, by using his intelligence and his cleverness and his rebellious nature. And that was part of this kind of I don't know how much of, like, some of this is conscious and some of this is unconscious, but there was a segment of the culture that was deeply afraid of computers and the changes that were happening.
Right.
Oh, apparently now my camera is really zoomed in. And then there was a segment of boosterism. I love that. Big.
Why is
And then
it
there was
big?
oh, maybe I changed my camera by accident.
Yeah.
One moment, please. No, I'm still on the same camera. I don't know why I'm big.
Because you're my big sister. You're big. What do I do about this?
Maybe like increase the frame and then scale it down again. Yeah, it's also fine. Like, nobody in the chat cares. They're just pointing it out. Yeah, everyone says it's fine. They love my beautiful face. But yeah, like there was there was like these conflicting attitudes of like extreme anxiety about computers and the impact they were going to have, and this sort of boosterism, assuring the public that similar to the way athletes came in and became the wholesome leaders of the American culture and drivers of American culture. So too would gamers and computer savvy young men, specifically, not so much women, but like savvy young men were going to come in and take their place as the next drivers of culture, the next drivers of industry. And that is what Tron is sort of conveying, showing that these like Bill Gates ass, Steve Jobs ass motherfuckers are like our new heroes.
Yeah. Yeah, these Dorcases.
Yeah, these Dorcases are actually reflective of masculine values that we value in America.
Yeah. So was
again,
Tron
I've never
just
seen
like
Tron,
propaganda?
So. I mean, I don't know that I don't think it was created with the intent of boosting the idea of video games. I don't think that was an intentional choice. I think that may just be where people gravitate when they take on a concept like that within like the Hollywood framework. You know, Hollywood films tend to glorify what we see as like the modern masculine, you know, the modern man. And Tron was just sort of the next step of that.
So
I
we
mean,
got
yeah,
these
Psycho
like
Bro is
gamers
big.
to be in charge of society, and they gave us these stupid racist opinions and acted like their politics fucking mattered for this whole fucking time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's been a very unfortunate fucking side effect of letting tech take over. Is you've got some of the stupidest fucking assholes ever.
It was like the
Thinking that
shittiest
every
fucking
word
takes.
out of their mouth
And it's
is
like, did
smart.
you hear what Gamer99 said? Like we're really putting gamers at the forefront. Why? Because they get more views? Because they do less work? Sorry, I guess.
Well, because
I wondered about this because, like, you know, I follow Barb, who's a gamer, and it's like, is he working class? Because he's always streaming, always, but he's also playing video games.
I mean, you know, video games, I think, like, you know, from the start was a form for privileged people because, you know, if you're going to get the latest hardware, if you're going to have the time to invest in, you know, playing video games above all else, then you do not need money to live necessarily. But you know, every form of creative work has taken on the gig work ethos. I saw someone the other day say that hey Joe, could you turn down StarCraft just a tiny bit? I'm having a little trouble hearing. I'm having trouble hearing my own voice.
Yeah.
God, it's so loud. I saw somebody the other day talking about the Steam numbers and how, you know, Steam has fully captured video games and how more video games are made than ever before every year. And they said that basically game developers are Uber drivers now. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
I think that might be true. I think because Valve has so thoroughly captured the distribution of video games, game developers are reduced to the same sort of hustle and grind that workers of just about any gig economy have been reduced to.
Yeah.
There is no autonomy. You are beholden to the
See if my connection survives this stream.
runs your Jackie all right night, and we got into an Uber, and the car was like the outside of the car was like all spray painted and shit, and inside the car was all like drawn on with markers, and there was like I think there was a smoke machine, and there was like karaoke music, and there were microphones and shit, and toys like all over the place, and this car was absolutely insane. And the woman driving it was like, you know, if I'm gonna drive an Uber, I'm gonna have some fun. I'm gonna make it fun for everyone. And we had a blast. We were like so happy. We gave her like the maximum tip. We were just like, that made our night. And I'm pretty sure that that's like the equivalent of making a good video game.
Well, yeah, because you're the same person making the video game and decorating the Uber. You're the Uber driver now.
Yeah.
Like, a
Yeah,
little of what you were
exactly,
saying
exactly.
got cut off, but I think I get
Oh,
the idea of
okay.
what you were trying to put together, that it's tough out there, and that you gotta put that level of, like, I mean, yeah, like, playing a video game does feel like a boring car ride sometimes. You do have to make it, oh wow, it's fun. I can't believe it's fun. Sometimes it happens. It's like, you can't believe it's fun.
Yeah, like I have to play a video game. I'm being forced to play a video game, but the least the developer could do is make it fun for me.
I love these old cutscenes.
Oh yeah, this is great. This was such a treat every time you saw one of these. Some cursing.
Yeah, that's Heidi when she's like, when she falls over.
Oh.
And then she gets up really fast.
Yes. Oh. Steam does not have exclusivity with developers. The only thing Steam asks of you is that if you run a sale in one place, you run it on Steam too. They just don't want to. They don't want other distributors to compete with them. But the thing is that, like, it's no competition. Steam is the only place people are going to buy your game. If they buy it on itch, it's because they are one of, like, the 0.05% of people who are principled about where they get their games from and go to the extra effort to play it independently of a single program that runs everything. And they go through the inconvenience so they can get a DRM free game. That's like practically no one. And I put my games on itch and I put my games on GOG because I believe in that. I think it's cool to allow people to have your games DRM free, and I would love for the majority of people to have my games DRM free. And I guess if they go on BitTorrent, that's exactly what they're going to get. But the fact is that most people will never play your game unless you put it on Steam, and they know that, and they take a 30% cut. You bought Perfect Heads on GOG, that's cool, but you almost didn't. Well, it wasn't always on there. I had to get approval for GOG, so that's another barrier, Steam does not really question whether, if you pay Steam $100, they'll put your game on. So, you're competing with a lot of shovelware and whatnot there.
What class should I
is
be?
this Diablo?
Yeah.
Oh. Necromancer. Sounds cool.
Sure.
They all sound cool. What's your favorite? Nice.
Thingus.
Thingus. This must have been a couple years after Warcraft, right?
This was 2000.
Is this actually in 3D? Okay.
This is no, it's 2D. It's like 3D rendered. It's like the same way StarCraft was made, where it's really just two-dimensional sprites of 3D models. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. It looks cool though. It's really smooth looking. This looks a little like Ultima Online. Like, I used to come in the room when Artie was playing Ultima, and I'd be like, this looks so boring. Walking around. Little guy walking around.
But it's got that quality. I can't believe it's fun. It looks boring, but I can't believe it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I it seems totally nonsensical what we're talking about, this idea that you're required to play a video game and it usually bores you, but that does seem to be how it goes. People
Well,
are
this is a game
like,
I say you have to play all the time.
uh-huh. I've never
You
played this. I have to
have
play it.
to. I mean, it would be fun to play together.
Okay, well, all right. When I get home, we are going to try and do a LAN party because do you have a well, all right. I have two computers that would accept an Ethernet cable, so we can definitely do it at my house.
Yeah, and
We'll do a
I have
LAN
a
party.
PC that I used to play Diablo.
Cool. Okay, so we could definitely do this. Maybe we can even get another friend in on it. A
Yeah,
LAN
yeah.
party.
Yeah, you could have, I don't know how many people you can have, but you can have like 8 people in StarCraft, so probably like, 8 people at least in this.
That sounds like fun. Let's do a LAN party. A Thingus LAN party. Combat. Hit. Oh.
The sound effect. Oh. Oh, right. I'm a necromancer, so I could just cast on a skeleton on the dead bodies and get friends.
Cool.
Well,
And then it
one
just turns
friend.
back into bones.
Yeah.
One friend.
If I get
man.
if I get an upgrade, I can have 2 friends, and so on. I'll have many friends by the end.
Nice. That's like really what a video game is all about. Having many friends by the end.
Well, I would need many friends to have a real Diablo LAN party going. I can't say I actually have the friends.
Well, we can make it happen.
Haven't got
We'll get some pals to come over. We'll get some pals to come over and do LAN party with us.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be fun.
I like this.
Well, yeah, it seems
You may have
like...
noticed.
Huh? Oh, I was gonna say, it seems like a LAN party is a little less clunky nowadays if everybody's like just playing Diablo 2 on a laptop. It's like you just gotta bring a laptop that can play an old video game like that.
Yeah, and then a Discord where everybody can chat while they're playing.
While they're next
So why
to
do
each
you don't
other?
even need a Switch? Well, I mean, if I think if we did it at my house, I could just get like an Ethernet splitter, and we could get like 3 or 4 laptops into one room.
Yeah.
That would
That'd be
work, right?
sick. Yeah.
That'd be sick. I love this idea. What other games could we play on the LAN?
Oh man, more than I even know. I
All right.
Halo, StarCraft.
Maybe the chat has some ideas too.
Yeah. Maybe the chat can give some suggestions. I would just want to fucking play this. This was at the this was at the computer lab at MagFest, and I played it a little bit. I was laughing my head off because it was on the iMac that you used to have, the one with like the swivel head, and it was running like shit.
Oh man, that's how it should be, right?
Yes,
it's supposed to run like shit.
That was a very nostalgic experience.
Oh man, I love when it runs like shit.
It ran well on my laptop though.
Cool. Your laptop has an Ethernet port?
Yeah, it does.
We're all set then. This is gonna be great.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Not do it over Wi-Fi, really use the LAN. There was a Mario Kart game for the GameCube that let you do LAN, and I never played that because you would have to have so many friends to play that. And
they would all have to like come over to your house with GameCube?
You'd have to have 2 GameCubes. Or more.
Yeah, never gonna happen.
Never. Exactly. Oh no. These are my friends. But like, I played it at MagFest for the first time with other people. It was great.
Timbalisto says middle click to get a map overlay.
Oh, there's a middle click shortcut for that?
Hmm.
Well, no, I said to tab.
Ah. Gabby suggests Battlefield 1942, which I've never played.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's like a oh, I feel like I probably know what that is. It's like
You kill
I play
Nazis?
Battlefront, right? Right. It's like the same idea as Battlefield. It's like a World War II game where you die basically. It's like
Mm.
kind of realistic, I guess, because you do really
You
easily die.
die?
It's like you die and then you come back as a new soldier in the same battle.
You play as like different countries.
Oh my god, I'm
Okay.
way out of my oh shit.
Oh
I'm out of my
no!
depth here.
No! That's a bigger skeleton. The skeletons keep getting bigger and the colors keep getting stronger.
Yeah, you have to go back to town a lot and like go to the stash and like get potions, and there's a scroll that lets you go to town if you're in a pinch.
Mm. You'll notice the day has turned to night here in Paris.
Ah.
I am a cop. A cab includes me.
Oh, I don't have any gold.
No!
Alright, I guess I have to just go back then and go fight.
Y-
Go fight some guys.
Kindly fuck off. You'll have to get some money before I pay attention to you. It would be fun to make a video game with voice acting in it, even though we both decided that we ethically disagree with video games with voice acting.
Oh! Okay, I lived. That was
Even though we
that was so close.
wow, you
No,
barely
I don't
made it out of
think
that one.
video game voices are bad. I just think that like when they like trap you listening to them, it's bad. It's good when you can skip through them or walk away and they get quiet as you walk away further.
Talking to a Kara is supposed to heal you.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, she does hear you. But I don't have any
Cool.
gold. Can I buy
It's
anything?
like Zelda 2. I can help
Ah.
you. Come into my house. Let me help you.
Let me help.
Also me, I'm old.
Oh,
I'm an old
hi.
woman. Would you come into my house?
Oh, you know what? This game is procedurally generated.
Ah.
I just
Year
remember
2000?
I just remembered that, and now I'm like trying to find my way out of town, and it's like different from the last time I played. Like I'm pretty sure maybe it's the dungeons. I'm not sure. I
Different
remember
town.
reading that it's procedurally generated, so it is different every time you play.
Mm-hmm.
But you were asking if StarCraft or Warcraft was procedurally generated, and I'm not sure. It might have been.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that was like a priority at that point. I mean, I guess there were probably earlier procedurally generated games than that. But it probably really depends on like, what sort of challenges you're looking to create for people.
Yeah.
Nice, you just chopped that guy in half.
What?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, there is something hilarious about stopping someone from talking in a game.
Yeah.
I think like my favorite experiences with voice acting in games involve skipping through them and ignoring them. So I don't know that I could apply my own game design principles to voice acting. where like I want to force people to read. I want people to like pay attention. And if I gave them voices, it would be like, here's something you want to ignore even more than text. But maybe that's funny.
Well, yeah, I do think it's funny to skip through dialogue.
What?
Welcome to.
What are they? Right. So if the gameplay involved skipping things and like that was part of the amusement of playing, then
Just drink blood out
there's
of
something
a
there.
fountain.
Old roguelikes like Addom and Hack are procedurally generated. Okay, so there's it's been going on. Is the game Rogue procedurally generated? Because that's the game that this is all based on, right? Rogue.
Oh man, pay homage.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. This is a problem in video games, right? There's some old ass game that everyone's still copying, and they're still calling it that.
Well, that's kind of cool. Like we were talking about how Doom is always been like the real like person who came up with the shooter is like where most of the ideas are still like recycled from, right?
When people say FPS, they're talking about Doom.
Yeah.
Even though Wolfenstein came first.
Yeah.
You know what I'd be interested in doing? I'd like to play some of John Romero's old games.
Them again. No! Maybe I can... Yeah, maybe I can, like, lure one away and... Kill?
Kill? Or be killed? I'd be interested in playing some of John Romero's old games. I started reading his memoir again, realizing I'd only read like the first like 75 pages. And he made a lot of games before he made the ones that we know him for. And I'd be very interested in playing those, just like when you played was it Kingsfield?
Yeah.
It was interesting seeing like the earliest version of like a Souls-like game. I would love to see what the Catacombs. Those are good games, and they're similar to Wolfenstein. That would be fun. Yeah, I mean, I would love to play his old ass like Apple II games. I don't know if those.
Yeah, I've
exist
never heard of
anymore,
that
but
one.
He's been making games since he was like 16 years old. So some of them are sure to still exist because a lot of them did get published.
Yeah.
And reproduced in some form. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's nice. I wouldn't be surprised if John Romero saved a lot of those games too. Like, well, I mean, I don't know. It's tough. Like, Jordan Mechner saved a lot of his old shit. So I just kind of like, I want that to be true for all the developers of Node, but I don't know how often
not everybody likes
that
their
early
old
work
shit.
is important. No, and like, you know, there's a difference between like sharing it and keeping it to yourself and like deleting it, but I feel like a lot of them just let their work get deleted because they didn't know it would be important. Just like animation studios erased all their old cells and threw them away.
Yeah, just reuse them.
Like Hanna-Barbera. Yeah, Hanna-Barbera just washed them off. Painted them again.
Yeah.
I mean, good.
Good. Although you probably shouldn't do that, right? Like, you shouldn't wash them.
You would just like see some of the old paint from the old one, like still on there. They did a shitty job of washing it. They washed off old anime cells too. Yeah, it's a shame. You know, it's plastic, so I guess it lasts longer than paint. And then a lot of early film was made on a type of cellulite that would not hold up over time. It would yellow and disintegrate eventually. But, you know, nothing you can do about that, but it's unfortunate when they were short-sighted and they didn't know that that the cells would be considered precious at some point. There's just so many of them, you know?
Yeah.
Like I think Disney has a pretty good preservation record. Like they probably have cells of Snow White still, right?
Maybe a few. I bet a lot of those are lost too.
Mm. I think if you work for Disney, you can actually uh, go to the archive and look. So if any of you employees of Disney are listening, can you go in there and take a look and see what they got for Snow White?
Yeah, I mean, I'd
And
like to know if they exist. You know, it's just
I bet
like with Hitler invading Paris, it'll survive this era.
It'll sort yeah.
This era of Disney having ownership over it.
Right. I mean, yeah, because like eventually, I don't know who the fuck is gonna own it. I mean, Disney's not gonna last forever.
No,
They never
I
do.
don't think so.
No. So someday, you know, depending on what direction we go, how fascist we want to get for how long,
How
Disney
artificial
will,
we become.
yeah.
Imagine
At
if you
some
could
point,
just
somebody is gonna have
inject
that shit.
Disneyland into someone's brain, like in the Matrix. Would they just like do that instead of have theme parks?
Instead of having theme parks, man, I don't know. I hope not. I fucking love Disneyland. I'm not a Disney adult, but my the combination having a kid and getting really into game design has made me super into Disney. I would love to take you sometime. I'd love if we went because I think I could show you what I mean.
I don't really like Disney or theme parks or roller coasters or rides.
I know.
Yeah.
But
But
it's just that when the thing is like you don't even have to ride the either one, get Disneyland or Disney World. You don't even have to ride all the rides. When you walk into Disney World, Main Street, like the street of Main Street that you begin at, is wider when you begin, and as you walk towards the castle, the street narrows so that the castle appears bigger than it actually is.
uh-huh.
And everything in the park is like that. Every experience is controlled so that you don't see the seams. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for Disney splaining. But you know, if you go to like you've been to Six Flags, like you go to Six Flags, you just see some fucking like chain link fence and like a taped on sign all over the place. You see the seams. Disney is seamless. So you go there and everything you see and everywhere you walk is 100% controlled by them so that you have the same experience as everybody else. And that means, you know, it's very similar to a video game. It is designed so that you are gated from having any experience except the one they intended. So, you know, even if you don't give a shit about Disney, which, like, you know, honestly, like going to Disney World makes me hate all that shit even more. Like, they make, like, there's so much fucking merchandise. Like,
Yeah.
every thought that has ever entered anybody's head ever is on a t-shirt at Disney World. And I hate all that shit. That shit sucks. And, like, our parents hated that shit.
Yeah.
Stupid. But the people who design the parks are not the people who design the merch. And the people who design the parks know what the fuck they're doing. And I think what they do is interesting to anybody who is interested in the design of video games.
Right. It's sort of a precursor to video game design. This is the like Magic Kingdom. It's like it's kind of cool. Like you think about like post World War II technology basically being turned into amusement parks. It's like, you know, the like Space Mountain. That's like some World War II looking shit.
Oh yeah. Oh, so old, like retrofuturism. And I mean, Epcot Center is fascinating too because it's the failed dream of Walt Disney, and you don't even need to go to like Epcot to see it. Like if you go through like the People Mover, like the monorail, you see the model that Walt Disney actually envisioned for Epcot. He envisioned like a new kind of city that would change people's lives, and it never came to be. And it's kind of a shame because it was probably like the most insane thing he dreamed about, and he didn't get a chance to do it. But like that's what you're there for. Retrofuturism is like the canceled dream of the future.
Yeah.
And Disney is full of shit like that because the guy who had all the ideas died like decades ago.
Okay, maybe I'm interested in that because yeah, I would love to see Disney's madness on display. I never saw Epcot or don't remember it, so maybe now I could appreciate it.
Yeah, we could go to Epcot. I haven't been there in a long time either.
I have a friend now.
But I went to
Oh, he has a friend too.
A friend. No,
A friend's
really
doomed. Sorry, friend.
Sorry. Billions of dollars in market research available to you if you go in with that mindset. Like if you go into Disney, yeah, absolutely. You can really get a view into how the human mind works and how they manipulate it. Rizu asks if you want to go to Nintendo World.
Nah. Nintendo World just like feels like it defeats the purpose. The friend won!
The friend won. Friendship wins.
He distracted the monstro and then he killed it. Like Nintendo is a video game. They design worlds that you immerse yourself into. I felt like, well, I guess I see it now. I see what you're saying. It is similar. You immerse yourself in these experiences, these rides, these theme park exhibits, and like, yeah, they cover up all the seams at the Nintendo one too. They make it look like completely flawless, like perfect Nintendo plastic, like, you know, the 3D material that everything in Nintendo games is made of. Like the platforms in Mario look just like how they do in the. It's like I can see it like immersing you into that world as well, in a way that the games can. I guess I just feel like a video game has way more opportunity to like, you know, do amazing things than a ride, which, you know, can whip you around. It could like get you wet. It could, I don't know. There's like animatronics and whatever. I don't know.
You know? It's impressive on a different level, you know, because it feels like an experience that you actually had, not a virtual experience. It's tactile. You feel like you are actually in danger, even though, you know, the ride is like safely moving you through it. What's I gonna say? I went to. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm such a fucking rube, but I years ago I went to like the Harry Potter world, and like you walk into that thing and they frame it exactly like you would feel if you were like walking through Diagon Alley. And exactly how you would feel if you were giving J.K. Rowling $200 for her to use to like make being transgender illegal. Like that's how it feels, you know, it's real.
That sucks that it feels that way. Because, I give Kendrick $200 to, like, I don't know, put in like a fund for his kids or something for their college for the future or something. I don't know.
Sure.
I trust him.
Sure. You trust him. Well, you put yourself, you give yourself up to somebody who is going to give you an experience, right? I mean, you do that when you go to a restaurant. Like, you're like, I don't want the experience of eating my own food tonight. I want an experience of someone else cooking for me.
Yeah.
And like these park designers are cooking. I went to Star Wars Land, which again, like, I don't give a shit, but it makes you feel like the Star Wars environment it creates is endless. You just walk through it and you're like like it very much feels like you're walking into a scene of the movie. And there's something to be said for doing that in real life as opposed to doing it in a video game.
Yeah. Well, I would love to just, like, be dressed as an alien. Be one of them, like, looking scary, like that demon-looking guy who looks like he's from a different movie.
Yeah, well then they may have a job for you there.
Nah,
Or,
I want an
you can-
experience. I want it to be a job. I want it to be like everyone's cosplaying. It's like we're all live action role playing.
I mean, I think that's exactly what it is. It's live action role playing, and that world does exist for you when you're ready for it.
Well, yeah, like I went to a theme park, I also said I hate theme parks and, like, enjoy myself at one recently. So I'm an asshole. I went to Kennywood in Pittsburgh a few years ago, and I didn't go on any roller coasters, but it was still extremely fun. It was like spooky night, and there was, like, mass murderers everywhere. There was a guy with a chainsaw who threatened me with it. It was so cool. It was so much fun. Like, I was the guy was, like, creeping up to me on his chainsaw, and then, like, as soon as he threatened me with it, I, like, ducked under my umbrella.
Nice. Right, that's fun.
That was
I
so
mean,
fun.
we did a version of this in our backyard, and it was like our first year, and it didn't go off without a hitch. But, like, Joe and me and Mike made a haunted backyard on Halloween, and we invited our neighbors, like anybody who was trick-or-treating, to, like, just walk right in and check it out. And Joe recorded the voices, and Mike and I put, like, all these props up to, like, to be spooky. And people loved it. Like, people had so much fun with that. Like, like people love that, they love being led by the hand into an experience. And I think I love creating experiences for people. I think that's fun.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that was like the auto show. That's more, what I think is cool is just like a diorama that you go through.
Yes.
I don't like when I can't control my body. Like, I talked before about how I hate airplanes. It's the same thing with roller coasters. It's like, stop this. Stop, Jade, stop this crazy thing. This thing is well, it's not even that it's futuristic. It's that it's from World War II. Oh shit.
I think you would like, I'm gonna stop talking Disney World in a second, but I think you would like, there's like a Toy Story ride where you're all right, I'll stop. It's just, it's like a video game and a ride combined, basically.
Yeah.
And I was laughing my ass off the entire time. I thought it was so much fun. But you get to control how much of yourself you want to give up to these things.
There is a whole lot I'm missing out on by not going, and there's a YouTube series, Defunct Land, all about that. If you've seen that before.
Is it like about like theme parks that don't exist anymore?
Yeah, it's about theme parks and rides that don't exist anymore. And there's history for all these rides. Oh shit, where's my weapon? Oh yeah, I guess weapons just like break. Oh.
No.
But yeah, like there was one about Garfield's Nightmare, and that was at Kennywood, but by the time I got there, I think it was already gone. Garfield's Nightmare
that's too bad.
There was an old ride from like 100 years ago called the Old Mill, and it was like a creepy old mill with like spooky skeleton puppets and stuff. It looked sick, but like it was really fucking old. So they got rid of it. They took it down, but like they kept the like love tunnel and turned it into Garfield's Nightmare. Terrible Garfield ride with like advertisements in it, and people were still fucking in it. They were projectile shitting, according to my friend from Pittsburgh.
How long did that go on for?
That was there for like a decade. That was there forever, and I guess it was there as long as I was in Pittsburgh.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean that's like, like it feels lame to say like I was there, man, about something, but like there are so many things like that where it is just gone, and you can watch a video, but the video is like a memory of a memory,
Yeah.
It's so far detached from like the experience, like shitting and fucking on Garfield's Nightmare.
And the worst ride, like
The worst, right?
just like
So what were like shitty
horrible.
decals and stand-ups and stuff?
Yeah, they were just like terrible 2D images of Garfield. Oh no. There was animatronics too, but like the bad outweighed the good. It was not very tasteful. They tried to make Garfield like the mascot of Kennywood and gave up on that one. They had Garfield walking around and nah.
Yeah.
Kennywood is very
That's
old.
too bad.
And it's like historical. There's like photos of like people pulling up in a train to the station at Kennywood like 100 years ago. It's
When people were like optimistic about trains.
yeah. Well, I think it was when they needed revenue. World. The state needed revenue or something from the train.
So they built a train track so
they built an amusement park to get people to ride it.
That's so funny. Yeah, it is a shame that all of these, like, all this stuff I'm talking about, I feel like I'm embarrassed to talk about it because all of this stuff has been captured by like 3 movie studios and, IP companies.
Yeah.
And it's not, it doesn't feel like art for art's sake, even though they get some really talented people to make this shit. I love the idea of a weird ass theme park that is barely holding together a cohesive theme, and Kennywood still exists, right?
Oh yeah.
I would like to go there.
Deal. Oh yeah.
I would like to go to an off-brand theme park.
Yeah, you'd probably like Kennywood if we go on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
They have it like all month.
That sounds amazing. All month, a bunch of like crazy Halloween shit.
Yeah, there's like creepy rides and exhibits and people walking around with axes covered in blood.
That sounds great. Yeah, I like an experience. I would, I would prefer that all of these experiences weren't Disney branded. It just happens to work out that way.
Yeah, I want to experience. I want to LARP. I want to like, I don't know, do something with geeks.
Mm. Yeah,
You know,
this
not
could be the
Disney
beginning of
adults
something for you.
necessarily. Something that, you know, maybe I
No.
should join like a World War II reenactment or something, full of geeks that like history and there- there's like a peep show
Yeah,
episode about that. It's not
I saw
the "We Are the Baddies" gif, but it's the same guy.
I saw there was an article in the Inquirer the other day about people who play old baseball. Like they play
Old
baseball from
baseball.
like 100 years ago baseball.
Cool.
I think
What's
there's
the
a lot of that
difference?
going on. I don't know, it's probably racist. Like they have old
It's
they
segregated. They have different
That's just
leagues.
like, you know, I didn't read the article to be fair to these
Yeah.
guys, but they were wearing old hats. Like I saw the
Mm.
picture and they had like old uniforms and
I wasn't
I
aware
imagine the
baseball
rules are a little different.
changed.
In 100 years, I think so, yeah. Um, but you know, there's all kinds of stuff like that. It's all going on. You just got to look for it if you want it.
Yeah.
Gabby is really selling to you the LARP that she's in. She wants to see if you're interested in her LARP. They're
What
looking for people.
what is it? Or is that
I don't know. I guess he wants more
private?
details, Gabby.
Are we not supposed to talk about it? Is that the first and second rule?
I think Gabby wants to talk about it. It's 1924 H.P. Lovecraft. That's awfully specific, I will say. What do you can be Cthulhu, right?
I'm not sure that's my LARP.
Yeah, I don't know that that's a little specific, I would say.
I'm
But
not in
since
the interwar period mentally.
the specificity of it though says to me that there is one that is just for you.
Maybe.
You play students at Miskatonic University, I see. I mean, look, it sounds like a bucket of fun. I just like personally don't know anything about Lovecraft. So I feel like a lot of that would be like a lot of the appeal of that is really lost on me. I would have to become a student of Lovecraft so that I could play a student.
You have had to get into it a long time ago, I think.
Yes. Blaisdell asked, is it racist?
Well, you know, people say he was racist. My friend
Yes.
who likes Lovecraft told me that he was xenophobic. He was afraid of other people. He was afraid of everything, and you know, was racist. And this is where a lot of his ideas came from. His just like deep fear of and hatred of the world.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've heard that too. I mean, okay, so is Harry Potter informed by J.K. Rowling's transphobia? Is it like impossible to make the Harry Potter world without a fear of trans people?
Well, is there any mention of that in Harry Potter?
No, I don't think so. I think she
Yeah.
was just making it up as she went along, just like she's making up her politics. I don't think there's any consistency there. It's not like the Matrix where you can like reverse engineer a trans theme into it after the fact.
Well, I mean,
You know,
in Harry Potter, the pureblood wizards hate the muggle-born wizards. So, you
that's
know,
true.
they hate someone on the condition of their birth or, you know, what they
Yes.
claim to be, like J.K. Rowling does.
Like she does. Yeah. It's just funny because those were the villains in Harry Potter. And then
Yeah. Well, you know.
Lovecraft's wife left him because she was Jewish and she hated how racist he was.
Wow.
Why'd she
Never
marry
heard
him?
that.
Yeah. 'Cause she
You know,
married him first.
when I think about it, you know, she makes Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin, and like Slytherin is like the clearly, obviously evil racists, right? But they're
Yes.
also put next to the others like they're equal, that they're, you know, part of the package.
Right, like if you're sorted into
Secret
Slytherin, you should just like
Slytherin, J.K.
immediately
Rowling.
you should yeah,
She's been
if you
sticking
get
up for
sorted
them a
into
little.
yeah, like they shouldn't be allowed to go to school because they clearly make a lot of fucking trouble, right?
Well,
Like
I don't know
if
if
you're
it's
sorted
like,
into Slytherin,
yeah, I mean, like they're put together so that they can, you know, come up with ways to like get the other three. Like they plot against the other three, I guess. And like that dynamic is accepted by all four houses, right? This is the entire
that like
politics of the wizarding world.
yes, that like we need to let the fascists in too.
They
That's like it's very important to the entire thing. You're right.
they built a Nazi sympathy into their politics, you know. Maybe we shouldn't have I'm just saying maybe that was well, you know, this is a tough one because you have to not punish Germany too much. That was what caused all this trouble. That Germany was blamed for everything, and they were their money exploded. They had wheelbarrows of money dragging around. So like,
Does anyone oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, like, is anyone in Slytherin like redeemed, like from a morality standpoint?
is anyone like an upstanding Slytherin? Like they're not just like a like working against the world order at all times.
Or they do the right thing when push comes to shove.
Well, yes,
I think Draco. Oh, right. Snape does the right thing. You're right, but he was secretly doing it.
Yeah.
So that's who J.K. Rowling sees herself as.
Oh, what you think she thinks it doesn't matter how people feel about her as long as she knows she's doing the right thing.
I think that might be it. Yeah, I think so. That's the character that where she identifies.
But she's not doing the right thing. You know, trans people aren't her enemy. She's just like she just has to go to therapy and won't.
Well, right, but like the entire like construction of this world is based on the idea that there are like forces of evil to fight.
Yeah.
And they're not her. She's not the evil thing.
She's not the evil thing. Well, no, I thought that the character she reminded me of was a Dementor. Like she sucks the joy out of the room. And that's really sad to think that that's what she reminds me of. She's just like completely joyless.
Scandrahan says J.K. Rowling being Calvinist makes sense. In Calvinism, people are chosen as saved or fallen by God, and in Harry Potter, a magic hat chooses their fates. I don't know enough about Calvinism to comment on whether it would make her like, you know, hateful of a minority group of people. Is that baked into the ethos?
She believes that the hat tells you that you're racist and there's nothing we can do, or something.
Right. But
no,
she doesn't think
the hat
she's
tells
bigoted.
you what you already sort of suspect, right?
Yeah, but she doesn't think that she's bigoted, right? She thinks that trans people are doing evil and that she's fighting back against that.
Right. She thinks that like because she had a sexual assault that all men are against her or something. Like this is just another way for men to be against women or something. Like turf logic.
Right. Sorry, I'm crackling again. I'm gonna rejoin the chat again, so I might get big again. Be right back. Hello. Am I big? I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm small.
No, the reason
Great.
you were big was because I had like my webcam that wasn't working, making you smaller. So when I got rid of that, you got big.
How's the audio now, guys? Right. So
this is the worst class. I hate this.
I mean, we're like trying to form something coherent about around what is clearly incoherent, which is like, I think like at the core of Harry Potter is like a story that was not actually like fully thought through because it was written as a reaction to the success of the first book, the unexpected success of the first book. And it's kind
Yeah.
of written on the fly. And then after the series was written, she had a lot to say retroactively about what the series was about. She was still kind of adding to her intention long after she had already finished it. And, for the most part, we all agree that she should have quit while she was ahead. But she was kind of making it up and not really writing with intention while she was doing the thing that people actually liked, and evolving that intention outside of the series eventually led to her taking politics that had sort of metastasized after she became a billionaire and formed new grievances that had not existed when she was writing, and deciding that those are the politics of the books.
Well, yeah, we should all know better that you can't fucking do that. If you released a book in 1997, it's done. You're not still writing it.
Yeah, Dumbledore is gay. That didn't happen.
Dumbledore is gay in your mind. Well, yeah, like that. It's weird that like you look back to like her saying Dumbledore is gay and then basking in the adulants or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh yeah. She didn't
adulations.
do anything. She just said that.
She just said that, and then
Like,
had all those same people on her side, and then later is like,
Yeah.
I'm done with these folks. I feel like they're just numbers to me. I just make them mad now. And like those people who were like weird Harry Potter fans are now weird Harry Potter creator haters. So like just hating her is like the new Harry Potter fandom.
Well, yeah, because they all got tattoos and shit.
No,
they all really
you're
committed
right.
to
Yeah. They got a tattoo of
she was like
the dark mark.
Yeah.
Or no,
she was
the
she was like
triangle.
Oh my god. She was like, actually Hermione is black. I didn't say that she wasn't.
I never
And,
said she wasn't.
And like those people got tattooed.
Oh
the people
my
who
god.
reacted to that
They got Hermione's
tattooed.
teeth tattooed.
Her little kitty cat teeth.
Her gigantic front teeth that are eventually shrunken down with magic, but they're in the book they're talked about a lot. That she has giant teeth.
She's got like a big gummy smile, and later on she becomes a little bit more like dentally normative.
Well, her parents are dentists and normal. So like
right.
That's important to her. Muggle side is the teeth thing.
Yes. Right. Oh my god.
Well, although, like wizards, they don't have dentists. They don't give a shit about that. Do you know what she said?
Yeah, they all just
Do you know
have
what
bad
that
teeth.
bitch J.K. Rowling said? She said that wizards used to shit themselves. They used to just like shit in place and use magic to vanish the shit before they start shitting in like chamber pots or toilets or something. Oh, right. It was like the wizards took toilets from muggles because they used to just vanish their shit. You can't just drop that, JK. You didn't. Anyway, the book is done. The series is done. And like she's made terrible movies of that series since, like the Magical Beasts.
Terrible movies,
all
and she's
kinds
like
of nonsense, meddling, fiddling about like the creepy uncle from Tommy. I'm your wicked Uncle Ernie, and you won't see or hear me while I fiddle about. Yeah.
Sick. Sick.
Yeah, don't
yeah,
fiddle
like
with your own work. It's sacred to us. You know, you can, I guess, make more of it, I guess, but it has to be separate. You can't fiddle about with what's already been. Well, like, that's
No.
a thing in Harry Potter. You can, like, take memories out and fiddle with them.
Right, right. Well, she's certainly done a bit of that.
Yeah.
You know, we all had relatively good memories of reading her books when they were being released. I don't know what it would be like to read those books now. But a lot of people still read them, so uh I would say that she did a good enough job bringing it in for landing that she should just shut the fuck up for the rest of her life and
Well, yeah, I
been
mean,
loved.
I would, recommend giving them to a kid and not telling them what kind of person she is now. Like, just,
Yeah.
saying the book is good.
Well, the problem with that is that, like, at this point, she is like giving her fortune over to lobbying for laws that, like, will actually hurt people. And I feel like a real
I will
argument could be
explain that
made
to
that,
your
like,
son. I mean, you can just
So
get it
far-
from the library, too.
that's true. You could just get it from the library. But you are fostering a lifelong appreciation of Harry Potter, which will inevitably mean giving her money.
Well,
mean-
I guess you're right, but, I'd rather look at as on an individual basis, not like what data would say that, like, you're likely to become a customer of her shit. Because, like, I stole her horrible movie that I'm complaining about.
I mean, I know what you mean. I think, if by cultural diffusion my son discovers Harry Potter, that is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to tell him not to read it, because there's simply no point in forbidding a child from reading a book.
I mean, especially a really popular book that they're probably going to have lots of friends who read that.
Probably, but I'm just gonna see which way things fall. You know what I mean? There are
See which
many books.
way the apple falls from the tree.
Yes. Well, yeah. I liked that shit, but it was also, I was too old to be reading that shit. I was reading it because it was the zeitgeist.
Uh-huh.
And it's entirely possible that it might bypass him. I don't know. Maybe not. And I will live with the
It's something that kind of like has, there's like, it's a fantasy and there's one every like generation or so. So maybe like he doesn't need it if there's a version of it that exists now that we don't understand.
Yeah, it's called Wings of Fire.
Yeah.
And children reading that book enriches me personally, so
yeah.
I would encourage it.
So if you want a fantasy with a bitch behind it, but you like her and trust her.
Well, I definitely don't try to change the laws to make trans people's lives worse. I've got that going for me.
Yeah, and things are gonna stay that way as long as Meredith's happy.
Yeah, that's right. As long as I'm happy.
Well, no amount of money could keep J.K. Rowling happy. She really was a billionaire who had to take revenge against the people who made her rich. Like, she's a witch. I mean, we should burn her.
I mean, I think that is the thing that you and I come back to a lot, because she remains this object of fascination, and I think ultimately the fascinating thing about her is just the realization that, like, she, to me, as an artist, to me, she made her fortune in the most honest way that a person possibly can. I mean, it's not it's not easy to become a billionaire on the merits of your art. And
No.
she did do that, and I would not begrudge her for that, and I think most people would not begrudge her for that. And like, she would be like fucking home free, a billionaire from the art she made, if she hadn't launched into this period of her life.
Well, you also got Kanye
And,
West. You know, not that I want to get into talking about him for 20 minutes, but like very
No.
similar. Like you can have all this love from people, you can have all this money, and it's like it's still not enough. You still have this problem with humanity, and you take it out on the most vulnerable.
Well, I think, I think being a billionaire is a unique illness that we cannot actually like fathom. I was watching this bad Bob Dylan movie on the plane, which is, that's where you watch movies like that. I would make the case that you should fly on more airplanes so you can watch more like 5 out of 10 movies. I was watching Timothy Chalamet as Bob Dylan, and it's a stupid biopic. They're all the same, but like, there are multiple scenes where like just shortly after he becomes famous, he's walking down the street and people are like, "Hey Bob, hey Bob, hey Bob," and he goes to like a coffee shop and tries to watch a band he's never seen before, and somebody turns around and they're like, "It's Bob fucking Dylan," and like one girl goes crazy, and then her boyfriend punches him in the face, and it's like, we can't know, we can't know what it's like to be alienated in that way.
Yeah.
And, like when I went to see Kanye West perform like 10 years ago, he came out on stage wearing a mask, and he wore the mask for like, I would say about 20 minutes longer than I wanted him to wear it. I was starting to get mad that he was wearing it. I was like, I paid for these fucking tickets and he's wearing a mask. And like, eventually he took off the mask and I was like, hey, but like, we can't even begin to understand why he would put on a mask, like we can't begin to understand what it is like to be a face that people recognize,
I guess, yeah, like, I don't know, but I feel like that's metastasized into what he is now. He's like, I can't walk down the street, but this is now you just like tweet. Now you just tweet shit because you're protected by the fact that you don't walk down the street. What if you walk down the street? How about you just walk down the street?
Why don't you walk down the street and say, I like Hitler. I think Hitler's cool.
That's you walking down the street.
Yeah, and people just get out of their car and beat the shit out of you if you say that on the street.
Yeah.
I'm a Nazi. I like Hitler.
I don't really have that much sympathy for these like celebrities who can walk down the street. They just don't, if you don't draw attention to yourself like you always do, then it won't be so bad.
It won't be so bad. They'll be like, "I love you, Kanye," but they won't be like, be
like Larry David
in your face. Yeah, "I love you, Larry." Yeah, exactly. when Larry walks down the street, that's what people say to him.
Or maybe they get mad because they think his show is real.
You've left a trail of bodies.
He thinks Curb Your Enthusiasm is real. He's like, look what they get away with.
Okay, I do have to admit that if you thought Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm were true stories, you might be able to make a case against the Jewish people.
But that's just like the fucking South Park joke about him with the gay fish thing. They joke about Kanye not getting the joke, and like I don't know. I guess it's a little bit of we don't get him and he doesn't get us.
Yeah, absolutely right. That it's like everyone's laughing about a gay fish, and he's saying, "I'm not a gay fish." Like anyone said it had anything to do with him. And that is absolutely what our lives are like now.
People who
Fish
started
stick,
these
yeah.
rumors about me saying I'm a gay fish. Yeah, like that just like turned into some pain for him, like for no reason in that South Park episode.
Yeah. But then like that episode also turned into pain for him in real life. Like
Yeah, people now call him a gay fish. He's like, haha, real funny.
I like Hitwa.
I like Hitwa.
Hitwa's cool. What now?
Hitwa was white.
Well, yeah, we know he was white, Kanye. He was white.
Oh yeah, like I would love it if Kanye could be free to walk down the street, you know. I'd destroy him. I'd run him down with my car. No, I mean, you know, I feel like if you do walk down the street, you're coming down to the level of other people. You should do that, even if you're a billionaire. I don't really care. You should be able to face humanity.
Mm.
You're not better than us.
No.
And so it came.
Yeah, no, look, I'm not saying the fact that their lives are incomprehensible to us is any excuse for the shit that they're saying and the influence that they have. It's just, I think that they think about that all the time, that their lives are incomprehensible to us and that we don't understand. And like, that's true, but also kind of beside the point that they're deliberately trying to hurt people with the things that they say and do.
Yeah.
And that, you know, if their billions bother them so much, they could try and do something good about that. Nobody needs $1 billion fucking dollars.
Well, yeah, they have the opportunity to give it away. No.
They could be rich for their entire lives and give most of it away.
I'm dead. Can't escape. Oh no. There maybe one last thing we can play?
One last thing. What can we play? You got another thing?
Let's find out.
Yeah,
How much time?
It's 30 minutes to midnight.
Oh, okay. So do we have 30 minutes?
Oh my god. Oh my god. I just want to, yeah, while you're thinking about that, I just want to say, like, this fucking Bob Dylan movie. did Timothy Chalamet wear a nose? Did he wear a nose? I gotta say, he's cute. He looks like a cute Jewish guy. Like, he did a good job. He's a good boy.
Here, I'll show you this.
But you know, the
Eternal.
movie. Oh sure. Oh yeah. I was curious about this. Ooh.
Id.
I id.
I id.
All right.
But what were you saying?
No one can
about
read
this
that.
movie?
You're trying to be accessible. No one can... Oh. It's just another fucking movie where people are watching the death of JFK on the news. Like, do you need to see that ever again for the rest of your life? Like a movie where people are watching the news report, like Walter Cronkite talking about JFK?
I guess like that's like we've just now begun to process the emotion of JFK being shot. So we're all now making the movie. Or I guess it's been going on for a few decades. It's whole
been going
JFK
on forever. JFK blown away. Like every fucking, like Like every fucking like boomer ass movie in the 90s has a JFK dead on the news scene.
I
That
guess
nice
so.
man, someone shot him. Like forever.
Yes. Oh shit.
And it's always the same.
Well, I guess we've just now started to process JFK getting shot in the movies. It's like watching a movie of it traumatized
Watching
us.
the movie,
Now we're
traumatized by the news report on the movie.
Now we're thinking about things and listen to Bob Dylan.
Thinking about. Yeah, and I'm guessing like if I had watched another 10 minutes of this movie before the plane landed, there would have been like an MLK scene on the news too. Right? Like, we're same shit where like the character, it's like, remember when webcomics all reacted to 9/11? It's like that. Where like the characters that you've been seeing on the screen for the last like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, now they react to the real news about the thing that we know about.
I know we're supposed to be funny, but 9/11, like, holy fucking shit, guys. Like, they had nothing to say.
I'm speechless, yes. I'm tearful. All the webcomic characters hugging the author of the webcomic.
Oh, look, you can see me in the reflection. There's ray tracing.
It's you.
Look, it's cool.
That's what ray tracing is?
Yes.
But couldn't you do that in Portal?
Well,
can you see yourself in a window?
It's like a little different with like the materials and like how they like reflect like particles and lighting and shit. It's like that.
Right,
Look
it's
like
reflecting
that in Portal.
everything.
Yeah, like it's
reflecting everything,
warping reality.
Gotcha. Okay, I mean, look, that's impressive looking. Is it worth buying an entire new video game system?
No, I mean, you don't buy a video game system, you buy a fucking computer.
Yeah.
This is meant to be played with a mouse and keyboard.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah, I mean, I played Doom 2016 on the Switch, and that was fine. But I feel like it's much better with the mouse. Yeah, it actually is kind of cool. You could use motion controls to aim. But like, you know, just using a regular controller, I don't think that, you know, I could probably do it. No, it's not plugged in. I can't.
You said this was 2020 this came out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very
so
lost.
Ray tracing has been around for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, you know, my hardware isn't like the top of the line or anything. So like for 2020, it you know, it's probably like what would have been pretty good in 2020.
I see. This looks cool. I mean, apparently, according to Rizu, a lot of pro FPS players do use a controller.
Oh, wow. Pardon me.
Yeah, there is
just a preference.
there is a new Doom game. Yeah, I heard about that, but if you participate in BDS, you're not going to buy that shit, right? That's distributed by Microsoft, who
really
they create the simulation through which the IDF is bombing Gaza.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Oh well, Israel, not Israel. Microsoft has become part of the massive boycott against Israel and you know, companies that support the effort in Israel. So Microsoft is the latest target of that because their software is used by the IDF to, you know, enact their drone strikes and shit.
So they use Windows?
I don't know what they use specifically. It might be like their AI.
Oh, Microsoft's AI. I see.
Yeah. Cool. That looks cool.
Yeah, it's badass.
Yeah. So I've heard a lot of people saying they're not going to buy the new Doom game because of that.
Oh, well, is id Software owned by Microsoft?
No, but I believe this game is published by Microsoft, or like the new game at least is published by Microsoft.
Hmm. Well, I'm not playing that. I just bought this.
Yeah, you're playing an old game, which is what you should do. Wait till a game is
this is so
old.
fucking sick. I could play this forever and just like keep noticing little shit like this.
The skull there, yeah, that's cool.
There's skulls everywhere. There's like giant screaming skulls towering over you. Like I feel like I've passed so many things that are just like breathtaking art. It's like this game looks so fucking sick. Wonder if you could do a level select or anything.
I see what you mean, that like it, you know, even not playing it, it does look like it moves around as snappily as the original Doom.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't have that like you know, I wonder sometimes if I would like the like World War II Call of Duty, because it looks sort of realistic, but that's because I like World War II, not realistic shooters. I like fake shooters like this that like have realism to them, but not the game part of it. Really, it's like
right, they're very stylized.
In this game, you can fall as much as you want and not take damage.
Too bad there's no portrait in this game. I would really love to see your face a little more.
Yeah, I think they may have put that in the new one, but you know, that's fine. I could just look at my own face. I could look at my reflection in this thing. Hey, wait, where am I?
That's right.
Did they forget to put reflections on? Oh, there I am.
See if you're boyfriend material yet. You don't look boyfriend enough yet.
Oh wait, hang on. I wanted to. There was something you can do. It's like game UI photo mode. What's that? Wait.
Can you see?
Can you see me? It said beta, so it might not work, especially if I'm using my camera and my other allows,
like you'd be able to see your face.
It says it allows you to take pictures.
Maybe
it's not your face, unfortunately.
No. Okay, I thought maybe it was like a augmented reality thing where it like superimposes blood onto your face as you die.
There's not. Well, I don't think there's that, but there is this. Check it out. It's like in the old game where it's in front of you instead.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That is definitely like instantly reminiscent of Doom.
It makes it feel more Doom-like. It doesn't
look like it's held on.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Totally.
There's a Viv that tells you where to go. That thing is great because my brain is off when I play this game.
Right. You're just dumb when you play this game.
Just being a dumb Doom guy.
Doom guy?
Yeah, he's Doom guy. They even call him that in this. That's all his name. That's his only name. So what am I supposed to do?
What are you supposed to doom?
Yeah, what do I doom? What do?
Oh, I see. And you can't pirate the new Doom because of the DRM. Yeah, of course not. So you can't even fuck with it if you want to.
Well, yeah. I mean, I looked at it. It kind of looks just like this. Like, you know, maybe really wouldn't even appeal to me unless I played through this one first.
This is where the real innovation is happening.
Well, there was already
the original is where the innovation.
There was a Doom game in 2016 that was a little like this, but I feel like the art has like scaled up. The graphics has scaled up because I'm on a PC now, and everything looks like a fucking render. Like in like 2004, you would just see like this on the front page of cgtalk.com, like a mental ray render, and it would say next to it like 115 hours or something. Like it, that kind of thing is just like instantly renders.
According to Scanduran, the novelizations of the first two Doom games, Doom guy is called Flynn Taggart. Now, did you read the novelizations of the first two Doom games? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
because that information is not worth much if you haven't
I think they went on a wiki. I think they Googled it. I think if you just knew that, you would have told us like 15 minutes ago.
That's right. Your uncle had them. Okay, well that's the information
I've
I'm
been
looking
owned.
for here. Yeah. You grew up with them in your house. You went to your you have fond memories of your uncle's house where the Doom novelizations were.
Oh, hey,
That's
it's
awesome.
guy. Wow.
I mean, look, I'm assuming they're fond memories, but that's awesome. I love novelizations of things like this.
Oh, here we go.
You know, I've talked about like how I was briefly obsessed with the novelization of The Dig when I was a kid
Oh.
because I found it at A&P and I was like, what the fuck? Why is there a book about the thing I'm currently obsessed with? And it felt like it just materialized for me. The stupid thing that means nothing to anybody, to nobody. He set up your DOS computer so Doom could run it. Oh, that's sweet. I mean, you know, not hard to get Doom running, right?
No,
The
Doom
joke is that
is
Doom can
on
run on
everything.
anything. Yeah, you can run it on an electric toothbrush, they say.
Someone was playing Doom on like a 1960s computer.
Cool.
I mean, I don't know how much you'll actually play, but when we were at MagFest, I was actually playing.
Mm.
Those little old computers are chugging along.
So who can be thanked for that? I was, like I said, I've been reading a little more of John Romero's memoir, and he talks about how he got very into assembly when he was young, and he learned how to build things at like the machine level without using, you know, another layer of code. So I would assume that had something to do with it, but I don't know. Maybe John Carmack is responsible for that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know who can take credit for that, but it seems like building things in assembly would make them incredibly efficient on any machine that you run them on.
And that was just like absolutely necessary back then, maybe not as much now.
But maybe Doom was holding on to that for a little longer than necessary, and that might be why it's like such a marvel to play on such a breadth of computers.
Yeah, maybe. Like that's how you have full control over computers, if you can write an assembly, right? You want to be a god to computers. You could basically speak to computers that way without knowing binary.
I don't know that that's how you did things back then. I mean, we could you know, one of us is right and one of us is wrong, but I'm pretty sure by the time John Romero got on that technology, it was not really necessary anymore. I think he was just fascinated by it, and it made him more applicable for in the industry. But I don't know that it was necessary. I guess I got to read more and find out.
Yeah, that is interesting because like if you program on a low level, like you're making it as wide of a release as you can. It can run on a toothbrush, you know, without him thinking about what it's going to run on in the future. He may have been thinking like, I want this to run well on everybody's computer.
Right, like if you know, like whatever the next Commodore is, I want it to run on that. I want it to run on Nintendo or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
No, that's probably what it came down to, is wanting it to be portable, because that was also part of his early work, was that he understood code at such a you know, a primary level that he was hired to port games from Apple II to Commodore. And that was like, you know, a lot of his early work was doing that. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was very, very conscious of that kind of thing. How much of this wine have I had? About half. All right. Not too bad. I think we're gonna call it a night in about 10 to 15 minutes here.
Sure.
Anything else you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Did I write something down? Um, Batman smells the first meme. Oh yeah, we were talking about Jingle Bells Batman smells again, and we wanted to have a discussion on the show about it. It's like,
Yes.
I was saying how, like, I was looking for Warcraft on archive.org, and I was like laughing because one of the uploads said it was uploaded in 1940. So I made a joke about, like, a Zoomer being like, I wonder what the internet was like in 1940. But like, there actually sort of was an internet back then, like, that we don't really know about or think about, that's like, before faxing. It was just like chain letters and stupid shit that people would laugh at, like, dirty
Schoolyard
jokes,
humor.
schoolyard humor,
Yeah.
little Audrey jokes. It was like the like Dearest John, like those chain letters, those
Yes,
funny
yes.
ass shit that was like vulgar
Yeah.
and you'd never see in comics or on TV.
Right, you'd get it at work or you'd get it at school. And it would
So
just be like
yeah,
it would be printed out or it would just be total word of mouth. And I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
there was like schoolyard songs and Batman Smells is like the ultimate, like for us, like, I remember a lot of schoolyard songs, but
yeah.
Batman Smells is pretty ubiquitous, and I feel like it endures. Jingle Bells, Batman Smells, Robin laid an egg. The
Yeah,
Batmobile lost its wheel, and Joker got away.
or took ballet, the girls
Or took ballet.
version.
The girls' version. That's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. Yeah, because like only a girl would say that.
Well, that
That's
site
hilarious.
that site said that, and that they also were saying that it originated, like, the first known written version was from 1967. I think it was older though.
Mm.
Like, I think that was floating around. Is like, it said that, like, I don't have it in front of me, but like it said that, like, it came from Belgium, like it came like from like World War II kids, I guess, like whose parents were
A
stationed
perspective
there,
out
like English
perspective
speaking.
outside of America.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
interesting,
I
and then
bet
they
it
would be all over the
bounced
place.
around the world before it became well known. Like, I bet it was well known to, like, small circles of people for like 15 years before 1967.
Well, when did Mad Magazine come out, right? Like
Oh
Mad
man.
Magazine's got to be like,
Yeah.
close to 100 years old, right? Like Mad
Uh-huh.
Magazine maybe like 1940s or 50s,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
it was 40s.
Um, so you would definitely have like a spoof like that being like massively reproduced. Um, and then like some kid at the schoolyard just acting like they made it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I thought you made everything up.
Right. I made up like Miss Lucy had a steamboat, right?
Well, I remember you telling me
The
a little
steamboat went
Audrey
to hell.
joke, but it wasn't called that. It was, the character didn't have a name. It was just like, the joke was like, the girl's mom tells her that the boys are just trying to see up your dress. They're tricking you. And then, the next day she doesn't wear underwear. And she's like, don't worry, mom, I didn't wear underwear. Like, they weren't trying to peek at my underwear. I wasn't wearing any. Oh, so like, that's
Right,
like,
and
those
that's
are
just
from
a little
like,
Audrey joke.
those are from like 1900. It's like little Audrey was playing with matches and burned her house down and laughed at her father dying.
Yeah, Gabby says her grandfather told that joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was little Lulu, according
Little
to
Lulu,
him.
yeah. There's all
Yeah,
all
yeah.
kinds of variations. Little Gertrude is another one.
Yeah. Miss Mary Mack, Miss Lucy.
Miss Lucy,
Yeah,
Miss
no, I
Susie.
remember. Yeah, yeah. Some little bitch was getting into trouble. Yeah, she laughed and laughed because she wasn't wearing any panties. Yeah, it's gross. Gross. Some grandfather laughing his ass off about that.
Yeah, yeah. Like, it's like, what? This was Adult Swim in 1901. Like, this was the
Yeah,
good shit.
yeah. Yeah, get into it. Get into it. Catch up. Yeah.
These were,
Well,
these were memes. And like, Batman Smells, I feel like is a true meme because it takes something from pop culture and twists it and disrespects it. There's something I feel like important to that about a meme. Like it's gonna take Shrek and make him scary or something.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Lost.
Shrek is trying to make fun of pop culture too. Like
That's true.
That's a reaction to lame pop culture that it doesn't like.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Shrek and how like Shrek is both like reactionary to like, you know, a certain type of pop culture and also like far more sappy and sentimental than those things actually were.
Interesting.
Right? Cry bully.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you know,
like
that's Shrek.
Disney would never. Yeah,
He's so
Disney
sad.
would never force you to give a shit about. Yeah, Disney would never force you to give a shit about that stuff. That Shrek tries to get you on board with. Like, Donkey, I didn't mean it. Fiona.
No, it's not what you think. Go back, Donkey.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. Right? Like no Disney movie. No Disney movie would ever force you to listen to fucking Hallelujah during the sad scene where all hope is lost. Like, fuck you. What do we have here?
This was a game I was waiting for, and it finally came out, and it's so cool. I really like it.
You know, I've heard about this.
Yeah.
I haven't played it yet. Thank you. It is true what they say, that you have to hear about a game like 10 fucking times before you check it out.
Well, yeah, like you have to follow it and like get updates from it, and like, you know, I feel like even with this game, there was a time where I wasn't sure if it was real, and here it is. It's like,
it's real.
It's like, it's uncanny.
Dead.
Like the series is an animated series, but it's like almost like watching gameplay. So like this is like the next like entry of the series. It's a game.
No, this game is called Dream Barbecue.
Yeah.
Type it into the chat. Dream BBQ.
I have to do something to get across to there, but I'm not sure what yet. It might not be for a while.
Oh man, I kind of wish you'd started this like earlier in the stream. It is fully midnight here, so I will have to peace out pretty soon.
Yeah,
oh,
well, you should experience this for yourself.
I would like to.
Yeah, I went into the guts maze,
so
but I don't know if I got what I was supposed to get there.
Is this the beginning of the game?
No, I've made some progress. Do you think I should like just start over?
No. This is fun.
I don't have any money. Oh wait, I have 10. About mayonnaise. I don't remember what I was supposed to do. A bunch of things to do.
Yeah, this looks awesome.
Yeah, I've been having a great time with this game so far. I haven't played it in like a month though. Actually, Steam tells you, doesn't it? Oh wait, no.
Yeah,
it says last played today. Too late.
Oh, wow. Guess you've been playing.
No, I mean, I'm playing it right now. I mean, I overwritten
Oh, right.
my what I was trying to find.
Your last played, yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't say your last played, does it?
No. Almost certainly not.
For
I,
the
I really enjoy
economy.
I like the combination of 2D and 3D.
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of people just going for it this way, you know? I really do appreciate games that just like you play them and you're just like you're knocked off your feet by like how many ideas are being employed.
Yeah.
Just like the wealth of ideas, you know?
Yeah, there's so much going on.
I feel a kindred spirit here. I think somebody else loves shitty CDI art. Oh fuck yeah. Oh fuck yeah, that rules. Let's see that again.
And like the other ones you have to click through, but that one ends by itself.
I love it. That's
Holy
great.
shit. I don't think I could do
Oh.
anything else here.
Fuck man. I mean that was worth it. Amazing.
Oh. Yeah, like so far it's just like I'm Ina and I'm looking for the bathroom. But like when I say bathroom, I'm like I'm actually saying genie, but like the words I'm saying are getting censored and being turned into bathroom.
Oh, there's all kinds of shit that like layers of shit that I'm not even aware of.
Little dude telling me to go that way. Yeah, I love this series and I love this game too.
Oh, so this is a series of games?
It's a series of cartoons, but like they're kind of like a the show takes form as sort of like a video game, like almost like looks like this, like the characters walk around in 3D like this.
Amazing.
No!
And who's behind this?
Joel G,
It's the
who is
guy.
an animator. Yeah.
I love what you're telling me right now.
Yeah,
That makes me so happy.
I really like his work. Ina is great. Oh, that. What were my hands doing? Get through here. Yeah,
Doesn't
it
seem
feels like I
it.
need to be here, but I don't know what to do.
Hmm. Well, I think I'm just gonna stick around for one more fun thing, and then we're gonna call it a night.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I don't. I'm a little lost, so I don't know how long that'll take.
All right. I have hope. I have hope. We've been seeing a funny thing like every couple of minutes. I like these little water pathways.
Yeah. I love the world that they've created for Ina. It's like so like disturbing and graceful. It's like really sad to be here, but it's really nice.
Yeah, no, they're creating something like very, very intentional here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I would highly recommend the cartoon. Just about like these two girls who like have dumb adventures, but it's like the art is just like so like it's like it's so nostalgic and like sort of unnerving, like that thing for instance.
Upsetting.
Yeah, like there's something a little upsetting about the art, but it's all really beautiful, I think. um yeah, I don't know, you can see for yourself.
Yeah, I would like to.
I'd be surprised if she's still alive. 5 minutes alone with her would drive any entity to split into its components.
Now we won't make it to the purge event, and it's all her fault.
Yeah, I guess these ladies need their fourth member.
Ah.
そうです。これこそ神のお恵みなのです。
Hmm. Well, I couldn't figure out what to do in the guts. What's there's smoke.
A Fox in Space just raided with 86 people. Hello, everyone.
Hello, welcome.
We were literally about to say goodnight. Hello. Bah.
Ba-
Bah.
Ah. Yeah, I was just playing
Welcome.
some Ina Dream Barbecue. It's, well, it speaks for itself.
It's good. Doog.
Yes, thug. It's like it's actually rare for me to be like highly anticipating a game and then it comes out and I'm like, hell yeah.
It's true. It's true. This is rare for you. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. What a thing of beauty that is.
They do anything with it?
I think you did it.
These guys don't have any
I
features. They don't say
no.
anything.
They don't say anything. They're just like the thing you buy when you're practicing drawing anatomy,
Yeah.
except they look a little shy.
There's an episode where Ina walks through a crowd of millions of these things. It's so cool. What do I do with the mayonnaise? I feel like that's probably the key here.
Ah, you have to make use of the mayonnaise.
I'm not very
It's your
good at
only
these
inventory,
games.
right?
I'm very stuck. Yeah, it should be here. Like the only thing I have
My
in my inventory, I think.
My TV will turn off in... Why do TVs turn off in 56 seconds?
I don't know. Maybe you need to move more because the TV is watching you and you're not setting off like the motion detector.
Yeah, clearly not. It's not gathering enough information about me. Mayonnaise is your only inventory, huh? Can you make Glue Sheep guesses you make a sandwich with the mayo. Is that possible?
It says you're supposed to use it as a sleep mask. Cover your eyeballs
Oh.
in absolute ovum.
That sounds correct. The game told you to do it. How are you supposed to slather it on your face?
Probably
You
have
need
to
to
give
go
it to
into the bathroom
somebody.
in order to do it. Mm. All right. I guess I'm going to stick around for a few minutes more.
Cool,
Be right
cool.
back, though.
So yeah, this is a series on YouTube, Ina, and it's also a game now called Dream Barbecue. I think it's fucking sick. But I'm not very good at these games. I'm kind of lost. I'm not very good at Doom either. I was extremely lost just now while playing Doom Eternal. I need to go on GameFAQs. This guy doesn't want mayonnaise. These things just got random div gives in his junkyard.
How's it going?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm really lost. I feel like that maze is where I have to go, and when I go back there, I'll get lost again.
So perhaps we won't crack it on the stream tonight after all.
Maybe
In
not,
front of an
but
audience of 100 people. Sorry, guys. Do we want to tackle one more subject? Give these guys their money's worth before we call it a night? What shall we talk about? Is there anything else on the docket for us?
What else is there?
What else is there? I found out, I was just like listening to another podcast. We were talking about this movie Twisters, you know, like the sequel to Twister.
Okay.
Remember I was talking about Twister like a while ago where I was like, looks like they're bringing back a type of movie formula that I remember from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But there's like a guy and girl in that movie, and apparently there's no kiss at the end.
Uh-huh.
Now I haven't seen the movie, but I'm definitely thinking about that.
There's no kiss.
There's no kiss at the end.
Wait, so you already know there's no kiss at the end?
There's no kiss at the end. Yeah. And I was
You need there to
thinking
be a
about
kiss
how
at the
like
end?
well, I don't need there to be. I'm just thinking about the idea that audiences don't want that anymore, or people are assuming for them that audiences don't want that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, it does seem kind of like that. That like there's an intentional choice of getting rid of the kiss that was there while like doing everything else the same.
Well, doing everything else the same, right? That if you just tweak the details of something, then it won't be a cliche. Then it won't be the same old thing. But
Mm.
I don't think that's how it works, guys.
You know what
Um,
another problem is that like they don't have the confidence in their romance writing to have like a kiss feel like it's really like worth it at the end of a movie. It's like how many
earned.
kisses do you really give a shit about when there's a kiss in every movie?
I mean, that's true, and that's probably the reason. That's probably part of the reason that people got sick of the kiss at the end.
Yeah.
That there were too many unearned kisses at the end, right? I've seen, I've been reading a lot of I've been reading a lot of anti-sex scene discourse lately just to make myself upset. And it does seem to be a lot of people's grievance that that sex scenes are gratuitous in the sense that there's no chemistry and that they weren't asked for and they're just in the movie because they're supposed to be in the movie.
Mm.
And if that's how we feel, then there may be some truth behind that, but there may also be a presumption of that truth. I just personally think we've been living in a woefully unhorny time. And as your sister, I'd like to complain to you about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think, I'm thinking back to like Game of Thrones where there was like an obligatory sex scene. It's like that can definitely get cheap if you do it too many times.
Yes. But have we run out of things to say through that lens? Maybe we have. Maybe we have. But I think that's a skill issue personally. I think it's like you say. I think it's like you say that people have lost their ability to find that chemistry within their characters, so they don't feel
Right.
that they would be coming at it honestly. What the?
Like
I love that the water flows into that crack.
when two characters kiss, it should be like it should be great. It should be the best thing. It should be like you actually are happy to see it.
It's your reward for watching the movie.
Yeah.
For sitting through the movie.
Yeah, it's a kiss, and like,
Yeah.
well, I don't know, kiss acting is also another thing. Like, can you really kiss act? Like, can people really kiss act? Can they make it seem real in a kiss?
Well, a lot of actors like have romantic co-stars who they actually like fall in love with while they're acting,
Yeah,
right? Like that happens all the time. Where like
I guess
actors are
so.
so like they're so good at acting that they convince themselves that they're actually in love with that person.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, like that is weird to think about, that like your whole marriage to an actor was just acting. And it's like you're like reflecting on your past marriage. It was all an act.
It was all an act.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
were
know.
acting
Like
too good.
I was just imagining like someone like kissing passionately for the scene, and like when the other person is like, "Whoa, like really?" Like almost like they don't, like they buy the acting so much that they think they've fallen in love with them, and like maybe people are too afraid to act like they're really in love because people think that they're really in love.
They're too self-conscious.
It's like,
I mean,
if you had a kiss with someone who was not your husband and like really made it look like you loved them, and then like your husband is like, did you mean that? Like he really bought the acting, like that kind of thing.
Right. That well, I feel like there's no shortage of actors who are willing to sacrifice their personal lives for the role of a lifetime.
I guess.
I mean,
But like you shouldn't
you know,
have to sacrifice, just to act. Like if you're doing acting where you're kissing people, like, I mean, I don't know. I guess it does sound like, when you put it that way, it sounds like it's just like for the obligatory kiss where the husband's like, here we go, watching the end of the movie. But like, yeah, no, I mean, like Rick Moranis kissing Audrey at the end of Little Shop of Horrors. That was great.
mm-hmm.
So worth it.
Great, yeah.
Seeing that geek kiss that beauty.
Yeah, I know. He worked really fucking hard for that.
Yeah, it's true. That felt like it was earned. The beast got a kiss. He shaved and they kissed.
Sometimes a kiss feels like, didn't that woman just experience like 2 hours of trauma, and now she's ready to kiss you, like when the woman has just been kidnapped. My hero, and she's ready to kiss him, like she's just like, she's got PTSD.
Well, in Shrek, she wants to kiss him because it's part of the formula. Like, it's a parody.
Right.
You have to kiss me.
Yes. True love's first kiss. Yeah, this is Kiss Course. Yes. The Kiss Course. Yeah, I don't know. I think there is an ideological divide, but there's also like, the times have changed.
Well, yeah, like
so I don't actually know.
In Princess and the Frog, it's all about they kiss, but like they had to make it so she also hates him, I guess.
Yeah, so that it wouldn't happen right away.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, so that was already a subversion. And then by the time you get to Frozen, it's like, well, I don't think we should kiss at all. I don't think we should even be together. And everyone's just okay with that now.
Yeah, I just met you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna marry you or kiss you or look at you. Don't look at me.
Or look.
This is just acting.
Yeah.
You're looking for real. He looked at me.
But this is crazy. I just met you is the reason to kiss somebody. What I think is like, we've lost the feeling that this is crazy, and that's why.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we've also lost the magic of a Disney movie. The kiss is, I guess, not even there, and the magic isn't either.
No, you're right. So all the best the movie can hope for is to simulate some aspect of reality, so we can see our shitty suburban selves in these movies. Like, don't talk to me before my coffee. I'm hangry.
What? Typing to a phone?
Are you doing that?
What is this? This game is weird. I think it's the game.
Have you made any progress, or are you still kind of in the same place?
I'm totally lost. But maybe I picked
lost.
up a phone.
Has anyone... Maybe. You're controlling that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like my duck button. Also, it's like, I don't know if I did anything. I might have done something now because I came over to this window and I looked through it and I saw Ina sitting there doing something, and that was weird because I'm Ina, and now she's gone, and now I'm. Wait.
Right. So something might have changed.
Yeah. Did somebody give me a phone number I can call?
Do you have any powers? I think the power is that you can dial a phone number, but we don't know what the number is.
Well, yeah.
Unfortunately, the crucial component of paying close attention is not really available to us right now.
Yeah, like I was saying, I kind of have my brain off when I play games. In Doom, there's a little reticle thing that tells you which way to go, and this game is like you actually have to think.
Brain off. Yeah. Well, yeah, this is why like my game is not great for streaming either. Somebody at
Trying to
PAX
have a
East asked me
conversation with the audience while playing.
Yes. Someone at PAX East asked me if I'm gonna like have a button that highlights all the interactables in the room. And I was just like, yeah, sure, man. But like, I don't think so. Like, probably not.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the game's not designed for you to stream it. And I suppose this one is kind of in the same vein where as much as we'd like to get content for the feed, the game is asking something else of us.
Content-y content. Mein favorite.
For the feed.
For the feed. Yeah. It's slop. I don't much care for the slop for the feed, the feed trough.
The feed trough, yeah.
Sorry,
guys. And
jump.
In this equation, you are the little piggies, our viewers. I'm afraid that's just how it is. You're the little piggies, and we're dealing out the slop, which is actually like a thoughtfully designed game by an artist that we're trying to turn into slop and go right, like this, the piggy sound from Warcraft 2.
Yeah. I know it doesn't make that sound, but I would make it make that sound. There's like
every
this
time I hear
pig
that piggy sound, yeah. That's the one I think of all the, like Warcraft 2, I think of all the time. And I'll like hear it in like, you know, some like movie where somebody's got pigs and you'll just hear
Yeah. I should put that on the soundboard so we can talk about little piggies getting their roast beef. Or I guess roast beef is, you know, only one piggy gets roast beef and all the other piggies get slop. So you gotta be lucky for your cuts of you know, this shit.
That's right. There's some roast beef in this game for sure, but you gotta work for it.
This game was free too.
Free?
Yeah.
Amazing.
$0 on Steam.
How?
I don't know, but it's like
amazing.
It's episode 1. They're working on episode 2 now. Good thing I'm so bad at this game, or I'd be mad that it's not out yet. No, this just came out a couple months ago.
Sometimes things are just beautiful for no reason.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty bad at that. You want to call it here?
Yeah, let's call it. It's 12:30 here in Paris, so I'm gonna call it a night.
Cool, okay.
But thanks for joining us, everyone. And oh yeah, this game's beautiful. I mean, check it out.
Yeah, check out Dream Barbecue.
Yeah, this is some good shit right here. imaginative games made by like a guy, right? Like one person.
No, I don't think so. But it's all like, this one guy is the artist. So like, I think most of the ideas come from him. I think there's a bunch of artists who work on it too.
A singular vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
what we
very
agree
strong
with here on the
singular
show.
person's vision.
Yes. Good stuff. All right. Next week, maybe we'll see if we can fire up the LAN party. That would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Just some Halo combat
right.
evolved.
Hell yeah. And maybe we'll see if we can grab another player or two to join in.
Cool.
Fun.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks, Joe, for handling the tech on this one.
Sure.
And we'll see y'all next time. Bye.